Test, test, test.
I think it's good.
I'll go ahead and check it in a minute.
All right.
Tell him you'll be back momentarily or whatever.
All
Good
right.
job, buddy.
everyone, and welcome to Gate City Middle School, Gate City, Virginia, for tonight's varsity matchup between the Gate City Lady Devils and the Central High School Warriors. Welcome to Central High School Warriors basketball. Broadcasting every game home and away, I'm Chad Dodson. With me today is Austin Geary. Austin, this is the first repeat game I guess we've had in a while. We saw Gate City versus Central sometime back, and was a game that Central controlled from beginning to end, but ended up being a relatively tight contest ultimately. What are you expecting to see tonight?
Well, just like last time, I think we're going to see a good effort from both teams. Both fan bases get into it. This is a hot, stuffy gym. Both sides are packed. We're actually in the stands. We're not, we're just in the bleachers like everybody else up here at the top. Got everything plugged in, and I expect a heck of a game here tonight.
I do as well. It's always, every time these two teams get together, it's a tense affair. And even worse over here where it's always packed and crowded, and it's about 15 degrees hotter than any other gym these teams played in. We just finished a couple of junior varsity games. It was super night here, and both those games were more or less tightly contested. Certainly the boys were tightly contested and intense all the way through as well. So if the crowd's getting into it for the JV games, you can only imagine what it's going to be like when the two-time defending state champion Central Warriors come to town. Because Gate City's got a good team. They got a couple of really interesting players. Obviously, their point guard, Sarah Thompson, the sophomore, is fantastic. But also Jaden Fulton, the senior center, last time had some success against Central. And I expect them to really play well here at home. And I would not be surprised if Central, coming off their first district loss of the season in their last district game, sandwiched around a win, but a non-conference win against Letcher County. I'll be surprised if they're in for another tough fight.
That's right. The last district matchup the Lady Warriors had was against the Abingdon Falcons. Came up just short in that game, and it just goes to show, like we've said all year, you got to come ready to play every night here in this district. And so, but I think once again, if the Lady Warriors play the way they always do, seems like to say that every time, but it's true. If they play the way they know how, they should come away with the W tonight.
We do seem to say that over and over, and the reason we say it over and over is because you're right, Austin. It is absolutely true. When Central plays the way Central plays, and they're at the top of their game, there's not very many teams around here that are going to beat them. That's just the way it is. That's why they are two-time defending state champions, and no difference here tonight. But this is a talented opponent. This is not an opponent you expect to come here and walk all over like you may some other opponents in the Mountain 7 district. Especially here at home, Gate City is going to be tough. Looks like we're about a minute from tip-off here. Fans are still filing in, but it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of room left in the stands. They do have it sort of tucked away up here. Didn't really roll out the red carpet for us today, did they, Austin?
No, I think Coach T.J. McCamus sent an email over here saying, we needed a table or at least some place where we could see everything. And, they gave us exactly what we needed. We're up here in the corner. They made us a nice little paper sign on Microsoft Word with red font. Can't see half the court, but we're going to try our best.
That's all right. At least the sign was spelled correctly, which is an improvement. We do have some mild fans around us, so if Danny Hall or Rodney Carter start getting a little bit crazy, we'll have to quiet them down, but I think they'll be all right. We're going to take you now for the starting lineups and the national anthem.
We saw a chance for their opponent. Please rise and play on the national anthem.
Having some difficulty figuring out how to work the music over here. I've only played basketball here for 100 years.
Miles Central High School and High School league. And supported the Great City High School and Miles Central High School, you can contribute to our high-game standing. Remember that you represent your school just as definitely as a member of your team. Good sportsmanship is the top priority of the Virginia High School League, AZ High School, and around 7 districts. Cheer for your team. Now respect the fans and game officials. Now, ladies and gentlemen, starting lineup for the Lady Warriors.
Okay, if you're just joining us, we're here at Gate City Middle School for the next varsity contest, Mountain 7 District rivalry matchup between Gate City and Central High School. Central dressed in their road blacks, Gate City in their home whites. And for the play-by-play, I'm going to hand it over to your friend and mine, Austin Yeary.
When he says hand it over, he means it literally. Usually we have the mic in a stand. Today, you know, we're professionals here. We improvise. I'm literally holding the microphone in one hand and the roster in the other.
If you say something really cool, don't drop the mic, please.
Yeah, I don't know how much this mic costs, but I don't think TJ would want me dropping it at will. All right, so on the floor for the Warriors, we have Olivia Mullins, Britt Porter, Hannah Carter, Deesa Vetnick, and Brittany Mullins. The normal starting five for the Warriors. The Gate City Blue Devils, number 23, Sarah Thompson, number 24. That's Mara Mullins, number 20. That is Jaden Cullen, and I'll get to the rest of them later as they just tipped off, and Central won the tip. Olivia Mullins is with it. Two passes to Deesa Vetnick, top of the key. To Hannah Carter now. Passes to Britt Porter. Pass to Brittany Mullins, top of the key. To Olivia Mullins. To Deesa Vetnick, still at the top of the key here at the Central. Finds Hannah Carter, top of the key. Passes to Porter. Porter finds Brittany Mullins. She'll drive inside.
Pass to Deesa Vetnick. And then they kind of jump ball here. And so it's going to be Gate City possession. So almost a minute ran off the clock there as the
Warriors were not able to get anything going in a jump ball. 5 with it now. It's Quillen. Passes to Thompson. Passes into Fallen. And that shot on the low block is up and in, so it's 2-0 Gate City here with early lead. Olivia Mullins with it now for Central. Crosses half court. Heads to her right. Tried to give it to Britt Porter. Tipped out of bounds, but it'll remain Warrior ball. So Olivia Mullins will be set to inbound. Long pass to Brittany Mullins. She's at the top of the key. Drops to her left. Picks up her dribble. Passes to Britt Porter. She drives into the lane. Layup is up. No good. Ball's tipped around, and eventually number 14, that is Pendleton, comes away with it. Pass to Fallen, and now Sarah Thompson with it for the Blue Devils. Thompson with it, top of the key. Heads left, drives in. Passes out to Fallen. Pass to 24, that's Mullins. She backs down Brittany Mullins. Pass out to Thompson. Cross-court pass almost broken up, and they're going to get, I believe that's Olivia Mullins on a foul. It'll be her first personal, team's first here, with 6:11 left to play. So Gate City will keep possession. Hamilton will be set to inbound. She passes to Thompson off the inbound pass. Just over 6 minutes left here in this first quarter. Just a 2-0 ball game. Gate City with the lead. A pass inside to number 5. That is Quillen. Shot was no good. Tipped out of bounds. They're going to say it's still Gate City ball. So Thompson will be set to inbound here for the Lady Blue Devils. A find inside. That's number 14, Pendleton. That shot is up and good. So it's 4-0 now. Blue Devil lead as Olivia Mullins is with it now for the Central Warriors. Crosses half court. Drops to her right. Loses her dribble. And it looks like they're going to get a jump ball. It'll be Central possession off of this one this time. So Olivia Mullins will be set to inbound here for the Warriors. Passes to Brittany Mullins. 2 hands off the Brooke Court. Porter drives right. Puts a spin move. Passes to Svetnik. Open shot. A little short, no good. Gate City comes away with it. It looks like they're going to call another foul on Central. I believe that'll be on Olivia Mullins, so that'll be her second personal foul, and it's just the first quarter here. Inbound pass to Thompson. She'll cross half court. Heads right. Stops, passes out to 24. That is Mullins, back to Thompson. Inside to Pendleton. And she passes. That's number 20, Jaden Follen, and she was fouled as she received the pass. So it'll remain Gate City ball. They're going to call Svetnik on that one. So that's 3 team fouls now for the Warriors as Svetnik picks up her first. Thompson set the inbound for the Blue Devils. That pass is long and out of bounds, so the Warriors will gain possession here with 5:15 left to play here in the first quarter. Olivia Mullins set the inbound. Hands it off to Brittany Mullins, and she'll bring it across half court for the Warriors. Central still scoreless here. She hands to Hannah Carter. Pass out to Brittany Mullins. And they're going to give Hannah Carter on a walk there as she received the pass from Brittany Mullins. Shoveled her feet. It's a turnover. Gate City ball. So Pendleton set to inbound. Passes it to Thompson. And with 5 minutes left here in this first quarter, Gate City up 4-0. Pendleton with it now. Cross-court pass to 24. That's Mullins. It's back inside to Pendleton. Her shot was no good. Got her own rebound. They're going to say she stepped out of bounds to be Warrior ball. So not a lot of scoring here. It's been a relatively slow-paced game as Hannah Carter set the inbound on Brooke Porter. She's double-teamed, breaks the defense, drives ahead. Pass to Lisa Vetner. And they're going to call a foul on the floor. So Gate City will pick up their first team foul. I believe that'll be on 24, Mara Mullins.
What I'm seeing early is a lot of intensity from Gate City so far. They're picking up man-to-man, full court, really pushing hard defensively. Central's got to match that intensity.
Olivia Mullins set the inbound here. Finds Svetnik, who hands right back to Olivia Mullins. She'll drive inside now. Pass to Svetnik. That shot is up and good off the glass. So the Warriors finally get one to fall. Makes it 4-2. Gate City still leads. Sarah Thompson with it now for the Lady Blue Devils. Passes to Mullins. Pass ahead to Follen. That pass sails over the head of Pendleton out of bounds, so it'll be Warrior ball.
Interesting to see Coach Dotson sticking with Olivia Mullins. There were 2 early fouls before. We're even halfway through the first quarter, but she's still in there.
Hannah Carter set to inbound here for Central. Passes to Brooke Porter. Might have been a reach-in foul there. They decided not to call it. On the other end, Porter passes to Brittany Mullins to Olivia Mullins. She'll pull a 3. It's no good. Bounces off the rails that hold up the backboard. They'll say it's out of bounds. Gate City ball.
Got a good look. Got to knock that down.
Now coming in for Gate City is number 21. That is Gerald. Looks like number 5. Kendall Quillen will take a seat. And for the Warriors, Hannah Large will check in as Olivia Mullins takes a seat as she has 2 fouls here early on in the first quarter. Sarah Thompson is with it now for the Blue Devils. Long pass ahead, tipped out of bounds by Hannah Carter. It will remain Gate City ball. So we've got just under 4 minutes here, 3:59 left to play in the first. Just 4-2 the score. Gate City up by 2. So Gate City has possession here. That'll be number 24, Mara Mullins, set to inbound. Long pass, but looks like it was tipped.
I think it's going to be a warning on Brittany Mullins for tipping the ball while it was still out of bounds on the girl that was inbounding the ball. So it's a warning. Next time will be a tackle.
So Gate City will keep possession here. And once again, Mullins inbounds to Thompson. Thompson hands right back to Mullins. To Fallen, she's at the top of the key. Passes to Thompson. She'll drive in. Pass out to Mullins. A corner 3, and that one falls. So it's 7-2 now. Gate City lead. Kurt Porter inbounds the ball to Brittany Mullins. Hustles down the floor, breaking the defense. Pass to Hannah Carter. Mid-range shot. Rolls around and in. 7-4 the score now. Gate City still up by 3. Sarah Thompson with it for Gate City now. Central on a 2-2-1 press here. As Mara Mullins passes ahead to Pendleton. Back to Thompson. To Fallen, a mid-range shot. That one falls. So it's 9-4 Gate City lead. As Hannah Carter inbounds to Brooke Porter. 3:05 left to play here in this first quarter. Brooke Porter with it, top of the key. Hands off to Brittany Mullins. She'll hand back to Porter. Porter back out to Brittany Mullins. Passes to Hannah Carter. A mid-range shot is good. Hannah Carter's sweet spot for mid-range makes it 9-6. Gate City still up by 3. Mullins with it now for the Blue Devils. Cross-court pass to Pendleton. In the Fallen. That one's no good. Disa Vetnick comes down with the defensive rebound. Hands to Brooke Porter. Warriors had to get out of the way. Just under 2.5 minutes left to play. Brooke Porter drives to the left, passes to Brittany Mullins. Disa Vetnick takes a 3. And that one falls. Disa Vetnick. And I believe they're going to call that one a 2. Foot may have been on the line. So it's 9-8. Gate City still up by 1. Thompson with it now. Pass to Fallen. And they're going to get Disa Vetnick on a blocking foul as Fallen drove in. So that'll be Savetnik's second foul in the first quarter. So that's Savetnik and Olivia Mullins both with 2 personal fouls. And Gate City will retain possession. It's like number 1 checked in for Gate City. That'll be Mason Mullins. Fallen passes to Gerald. Gerald passes to Mullins. Pendleton with it now on the right wing. Back to Mullins. Thompson with it now. She'll head left. And that passes to Fallen. Inside Pendleton. Couldn't quite corral the pass. Saves the ball. Mullins with it, top of the key to Fallen. Out to Thompson, a corner 3. That one's no good. Savannah comes away with the rebound. Passes ahead to Brittany Mullins. And the Warriors are headed the other way. Brittany Mullins with it, passes Hannah Large. A hard foul there from Thompson as she flew into her. So Thompson will pick up the foul. It'll be the second team foul for Gate City. Looks like Olivia Mullins will come back into the game as Brittany Mullins will take a seat. It's on the floor now for the Warriors. Olivia Mullins, Brooke Porter, Disa Vetnick, Hannah Carter, and Hannah Large. Olivia Mullins set to inbound. Long inbound pass to Brooke Porter. 1:20 left to play here in the first as Porter drives. We're going to say she was fouled on her way, and they call that one on the floor. Be on number 21, that's Samantha Gerald. That'll be her first personal third team foul for the Blue Devils. So now number 5 will come in for Gate City. That'll be Kendall Quillen. As I believe Gerald will take a seat. Olivia Mullins set the inbound from Central. Finds Hannah Carter. She hands off to Brooke Porter. And they're going to get Thompson on a reach-in foul on Porter. So it'll be her second. Gate City's fourth team foul. So Central will retain possession. Olivia Mullins will be set to inbound once again. 13 left to play, 9/8 the score. Inbound pass to Brooke Porter. Back to Olivia Mullins. She heads right, hands off to Porter. Porter back to Olivia Mullins. That's a corner three. Is up, no good. Hannah Large comes away with the rebound, then blocked by Fulham. Passes to Pendleton. Ahead to Thompson. Gate City on the fast break. Thompson drives in. That layup, no good. You can say it was out of bounds on Macy Mullins, so it'll be Central ball.
Sarah Thompson thought she had something 1-on-3 there and actually got a good shot off. Does not fall. Central lucky not to get that out of bounds called on them, but it did go off the Gate City player's knee.
Samantha Gerald comes into the game for Gate City as Thompson takes a break. On that inbound pass, Brooke Porter was fouled by Gerald. So that'll be Gerald's second, team fifth for Gate City. And now Grace Thompson will come in for Hannah Large. Warriors still with possession here, 46 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Hannah Carter set the inbound. Runs Brooke Porter. Passes to Olivia Mullins. She's on the right wing inbound. Tried to pass it in to Lisa Vertner. Couldn't quite get it there. Out of bounds. Gate City ball.
Not the most cleanly played first quarter so far, but as we expected, a tight contest.
Now Mason Mullins with it for Gate City. Passes to Quillen. Quillen ahead to Pendleton. Back to Mullins. Almost stolen. And they're going to call her on a travel. So it'll be Central ball as Mullins travel. So now Jill Sturgill enters the game for Brooke Porter. So on the floor now for Central, Hannah Carter, Olivia Mullins, Grace Thompson, Jill Sturgill, and Lisa Vetnick. Hannah Carter set to inbound. 26 seconds left to play. Passes to Olivia Mullins. Streaking down the other way. Pass to Lisa Vetnick. That one is up and in. The Warriors have their first lead of the game, 10-9.
How many times have we seen that this year?
It's one of the marquee plays, one of the classic plays in the Warriors book. Driving in, pass to Svetnik. Under 10 seconds left now. Gate City with the ball. Pulling at the top of the key. That's about to fall. Pendleton with it. And the buzzer sounds before they can get a shot off. So after one, Central has a 1-point lead, 10-9.
Well, I said earlier, Central looked like they were losing the intensity battle in the first couple of minutes, and they got down quickly, and the Gate City was really excited, really hyped up, got up and down the court. And the Central, as we commonly see with the three senior guards, stay calm, stay relaxed, and fall right back into the game and take a lead at the end of the half. It will be interesting to watch. Two Central starters, Lisa Vetnick and Olivia Mullins, do have two fouls after the first quarter, and at least one of the Gate City starters, but I know Gate City's star, Sarah Thompson, also has two fouls. So the more Thompson gets in foul trouble, the more it's going to limit what Gate City can do. If Central can bait her into picking up a third one early, could really help their long-term chances this game.
Well, those fouls are something to keep in mind as we head through, these final three quarters. But overall, a fairly slow-paced game kind of picked up there at the end of the quarter as Central took a 1-point lead.
You're right. Central set that pace a little bit in that first possession. It took almost a minute. Very patient. Didn't come away with any points, but Central just good trying to do what Central does. And I think probably that's a good strategy, especially in a game like this where it's going to be a little tense. So let's get back out here for the second quarter and see who we got on the court for the Central Warriors. It's going to be Olivia Mullins, Brooke Porter, Gabby Hall, Brittany Mullins, and Disa Vetnick. Sarah Thompson back in the game with two fouls. She's going to bring the ball across half court to start the quarter for Gate City. She's going to look to drive, guarded by Brooke Porter. She kicks it out to Kendall Quillen, and back up top. Thompson will reset. Thompson drives right-hand side, guarded by Brooke Porter. Nothing there. Back all the way up to the top of the key to Quillen. Mara Mullins has the ball on the left-hand side. Dishes it down to Jaden Quillen. Quillen looks at it, kicks it back out. Now it's Sarah Thompson behind the back, drives left-handed pass to Jaden Quillen. 16-footer, no good. Great box out by Gabby Hall, who collects the rebound, and here come the Warriors. Brooke Porter brings it across. Back over to D. Savetnik at the top of the key. And she'll give it back to Olivia Mullins, and the Warriors will reset. It's like Gate City still on that man-to-man defense, half court this time. Dribble drive back out to Brooke Porter, who throws it to cross court down to the block to D. Savetnik. She kicks it back out to Brittany Mullins. Mullins drives, gives it to Olivia Mullins in the corner. She'll drive, dish to D. Savetnik. Savetnik layup, no good. Gets her own rebound. Up again, no good. Gabby Hall working hard for the rebound, but they're going to get over the back on Gabby Hall for Central. It'll come back Gate City's way.
Well, the intensity has definitely picked up here in the early minutes here of the second quarter. Both teams going at it a lot harder offensively, looking to get the ball to fall through the basket. Central just couldn't come away with any points that time.
Absolutely. Central in the half-court man-to-man. Sarah Thompson, being guarded by Brooke Porter, will cross half-court with the ball. She'll kick it to Fullen on the left-hand wing. Fullen looking, gets it to Quillen at the top, and then back around to Thompson on the other side. Thompson ball above her head, gives it to Pendleton at the free throw line. It's back out now to Quillen. Quillen gets it to Fullen in the middle. One dribble, two dribble, goes up and gets D. Savetnik, and it is good. Nice little left-handed jump hook for Jaden Fullen, and it's 11-10 Gate City, 6 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Brittany Mullins with the ball now in the corner, back up to the wing. That's Brooke Porter. Gate City now dropped into a 2-3 zone, it appears. Well, maybe not. Yeah, they're in a 2-3 zone. In the middle to Olivia Mullins, who takes a shot from about 7 feet. That's no good. Rebound corralled by D. Savetnik. Savetnik stuck, dribbles out, tries to throw it into the corner to someone down there. Brittany Mullins. It's going to be out of bounds on. The referees are trying to decide. People around to say it should be Central's ball, and the referees agree.
I mean, that's all there is to it. If you yell it enough, eventually the referee will hear you, and he'll make that call for you. So good job there by the Central fans, letting them know what's up.
Absolutely. And a quarterback in the game now, Gabby Hall, will take a seat after a couple of effective minutes off the bench. Olivia Mullins looking to inbound. And the same thing just happened, I believe. Well, maybe not. I don't know what the call is down there. It was in the far corner. Looks like maybe Olivia Mullins called a timeout there, a 30-second timeout. But Robin Dotson is livid about something.
Well, it looked like to me that Sarah Thompson there, who was guarding Olivia Mullins on her inbound pass, looked like she may have hit the ball before she even threw it. That's what it looked like to me. I'm not really sure what the refs saw.
That was a play we had going the other way where they warned Brittany Mullins in the first quarter. That's what I thought initially as well, but I think they're going to call the timeout. I think maybe Coach Johnson's upset because it did look like that ball was tipped by the defender. So it's going to be Central ball. Olivia Mullins down in that far corner, looking to throw the ball in on the offensive end. She will get it into Hannah Carter, who hands it back to Olivia Mullins, who dribbles to the top of the key. Now she's going to drive all the way up, no good. Rebound by Fullen. And back comes Gate City, right to left. Sarah Thompson with the ball on the right-hand wing. She's going to look to drive. Nothing there. Kicks it back out. Now Fullen has it at the top of the key. She'll take a dribble, give it to Kendall Quillen down in the left-hand corner. No good. Back up at the Pendleton. Now to Mullins and back to Pendleton has it now again in the corner. She's going to kick it back up to Kendall Quillen at the top of the key. Finds Jaden Fullen on the low block. One nice little move around. And two. Gate City 13. Central 10. 5 minutes and 13 seconds remaining. Warriors coming back. Olivia Mullins across half court. She calls the play, and the Central players in their black uniforms go into motion. Gate City sitting back in this 2-3 zone, content to let Olivia Mullins dribble around out there, and now we're moving. Brooke Porter has the ball on the right-hand wing. Couple dribbles, she gives it to Brittany Mullins. Back over to Hannah Carter on the right-hand wing, looking for D. Savetnik down low. She's not there. Cross court, skip pass to Olivia Mullins for three, no good. Rebound, D. Savetnik. Back up, no good. Gets her on rebound. Next shot blocked by Jaden Fullen. Rebounded by Brooke Porter. And they're going to call a jump ball, and it's going to be Central ball.
Well, that was interesting series of events there. It looked like Dee was fouled pretty hard on her way up, and then I didn't see the jump ball there, but once again, I'm not the referee, therefore my opinion does not matter.
Well, we're sitting up here. He's closer, I guess, than we are, but I didn't see it either. But it'll be Central ball down low. Libby Mullins inbounds it to Brooke Porter, being guarded tightly by Kendall Quillen. Quillen all over, probably fouled her there. Brooke Porter's going to drive, kick it to Hannah Carter. She's going to shoot from about 7. She's fouled. And Hannah Carter will go to the line for 2 free throws. Let's see, that foul was on. Like the foul was on Jaden Fulton. That's her first. Team 6, Hannah Carter, 4-2 free throws. First one up and good. KC with the lead 13-11 now. 4 minutes and 21 seconds remaining in the first half of this Mountain 7 District rivalry contest. Hannah Carter, couple dribbles, spins the ball. Next free throw up, it's no good. Rebounded by Fulton. And Central will get back into their half-court man-to-man defense. Sarah Thompson back in the game. Behind the back, nearly loses the ball. Pendleton has it out. He kicks it to Fulton, who shoots a jumper from about 18 feet. That one's good. It's now 15-11, Gate City. We're halfway through the second quarter. Olivia Mullins slowly dribbling across half court, across the volleyball line. Gate City again, packing it inside. Clearly not wanting to let Central get the ball into D. Savetnik. Taking them to take their chances with Central's guard shooting. Brittany Mullins drives. Her shot is blocked by Jaden Fulton, who had quick outlet pass to Sarah Thompson. She'll go all the way and around Hannah Carter. Layup is good. Gate City 17. Central 11, 3.5 minutes remaining. And Coach Dotson wants a 30-second timeout to talk it over.
Well, it seems like everything Gate City is putting up is falling there, and the Warriors haven't been able to get much fall on offense themselves. Savetnik has had some good looks inside, just can't get them to fall, and Gate City's going on a little bit of a run here.
And on the other end, Jaden Fulton's making just about everything she's taking. A couple of really nice moves. Has at least 8 points in the early going, including a couple of jump shots. And so that's sort of the matchup that we watch every night is how our team's going to defend D. Savetnik. Tonight, Jaden Fulton doing a pretty good job. Although you're right, Savetnik's gotten some shots. Those will start falling at some point because we've seen D play enough to know that's going to be the case. But at the moment, 6-point deficit for Central as we head towards halftime. All right, we're back on the court now, and Olivia Mullins will inbound it to Hannah Carter. Back to Mullins, and here we go. Mullins trots across half court. Brings the ball across the volleyball line. Central drops 2 players into the corner. Hannah Carter now has it at the top of the key. She'll swing it over to the left-hand wing. Brooke Porter gives it back to Hannah Carter. Carter drives. That shot is blocked by Jaden Fulton, who decides to take it herself and finally kicks it to Mara Mullins. Mara Mullins sort of out of control, but they're going to give a foul to Brittany Mullins.
I believe they'll call that one on Hannah Carter.
Oh, did they call it on Hannah Carter? Okay.
So that'll be her first.
I'm not sure how I would confuse Hannah Carter and Brittany Mullins, but I just did it. Nothing but the best for you here on Central Warriors basketball. Thank you, Austin. Gate City's going to inbound underneath their own basket. Sarah Thompson inbounds to Fulton. Back in the corner to Thompson. Thompson's going to drive. The ball is stripped by Brittany Mullins. It's on the floor loose. Gate City comes away with it. Pendleton has the ball at the top of the key. Mara Mullins now on the wing. Back to Pendleton at the top. Gate City's going to get it back to Sarah Thompson. They're going to reset. Nearly fumbled the ball out of bounds. Thompson with the ball on the right-hand wing. Jarrell trying to set a screen. Cross-court pass over to Fulton. Fulton with a 12, 13-footer. It's good, 19-11. Gate City, 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Central now has the ball across half court. Olivia Mullins gives it to Brooke Porter on the left-hand wing. Porter looks, dribbles. She tries to drive, kicks it out to Brittany Mullins on the wing. Cross-court skip pass to Hannah Carter. Carter right back to Mullins. Mullins is going to take that 3. It's no good. Good job of rebounding by Jaden Fulton. Here she goes. She's going to take it herself. Now she'll get it up to Pendleton, and Sarah Thompson has it on the right-hand wing. She's going to pull a quick 3. That one's no good. Rebound by Olivia Mullins. She's going to be fouled on that rebound by Samantha Jarrell, and I think that'll be 18 fouls. So Olivia Mullins will go to the line for a 1-and-1.
Well, we got 2 minutes, 10 seconds left here in the half, and now that Central's in the bonus, they got a chance to maybe chip away at this lead if they can sink this from the line.
They're going to have to because they're really struggling to score from the field so far today, which is unlike Central, but still in the first half. Olivia Mullins will take the first free throw. It's up, and it is no good. Rebound by Jaden Fullen, the senior center for Gate City. All right, Samantha Thompson has the ball at the top of the key. She's going to dribble around. Minute and 58 seconds remaining in the first half. Over to Quillen, back to Thompson, who's just going to stand until Central comes out and guard her. Central dropped now into a 2-3 zone. Mara Mullins with the ball at the top, to the wing, to Thompson, who gives it to a streaking Pendleton. Her shot is blocked. Olivia Mullins comes away with it, getting hacked all the way down. Somehow they don't call a foul, but it is out of bounds on Gate City. Another one of the players down there wants that to be a foul, and I think she's probably got a case. So Central's going to inbound the ball. I think basketball is just a rumor down in that corner. I can barely see it. Inbounded to Disa Vetnick. Just tips the ball to Olivia Mullins, who goes up for a shot. It's blocked. Back comes Gate City. Pendleton with the ball in the right-hand corner. Her shot is long. Rebounded by Mara Mullins. Sarah Thompson with the ball in the wing. She drives. Hannah Carter steps in, takes a charge. In a minute, 14 seconds. An 8-point deficit. Central will retake possession.
That'll be third foul on Sarah Thompson. So like you mentioned, Central baiting her in there a little bit. She picks up a third foul. It's 2 more until she fouls out again.
Yeah, that could be a key foul. So she'll go out of the game for the remainder of the half. Olivia Mullins will bring the ball across half court. Just a minute and 5 seconds remaining in the first half. Brooke Porter with the ball in the left-hand wing. She'll take a dribble and pass it to Brittany Mullins. Back to Brooke Porter in the corner. Porter looking for Sabetti. She's not there. She'll take the shot. It's long. Rebound. On the rebound, looks like we'll get Brittany Mullins for an over-the-back call. I believe that'll be Brittany's first foul. That's the team 7th. And so Gate City will be shooting a 1-and-1. Looks like it'll be Mara Mullins, senior guard, to the line for 1-and-1. Again, 51 seconds remaining. Gate City 19, Central 11. First free throw on the 1-and-1. Jaden Fullen steps into the lane. That's going to be a lane violation, and it'll be back to Central possession. Oh, good turn of events there for the Central Warriors. All right, we're under 50 seconds now. Central brings the ball across half court. That's Mullins. He'll pass it to Brooke Porter on the left-hand wing. Porter looks, standing, looks. Over to Brittany Mullins. Mullins drives, kicks it back out to Olivia Mullins. Now Brittany Mullins has it again in the corner, looking for Dee Sabetti. She's not there. Good defense by Fullen. Brittany Mullins drives from the corner, kicks it all the way out to Brooke Porter for 3, and it is good. Central narrows the deficit to 5 with 20 seconds remaining in the first half. Macy Mullins, freshman guard now with the point guard duties in Sarah Thompson's absence. Fullen has it now back to Mullins. Jaden Fullen tries to pass it into Pendleton. It's stolen by Brooke Porter. She's going to go all the way. It's good. 19-16 now at the buzzer. So, fortunate turn of events there at the end. Gate City looking for the last shot of the half. Could have maybe extended that lead to 7. Instead, we get a steal, a layup by Brooke Porter, and Central cuts the deficit to 3 at the half. Thoughts on the first half there, Austin?
Well, it looks like it was going to be a similar series of events there as we seen at the end of the first quarter. Central went on a little miniature run there as the clock expired, taking us into the half. Overall, Central's getting the shots that they usually get, getting open threes, and Savetnik's had some inside looks. We're just not falling here today, and then Gate City's also played some pretty good defense. On the other end, Gate City's getting their shots to fall. So, it's still anybody's ball game, just a 3-point deficit. So we'll see if Central can adjust and come out and retake the lead in the second half.
We'll take just a brief break here as the cheerleaders do their thing. Again, halftime in this Mountain 7 District rivalry matchup. Gate City 19, Central 16 on the Central Warriors Basketball Network.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We're here at Gate City Middle School, Gate City, Virginia. I'm Austin here with Chad Dodson. We're currently experiencing halftime of the girls' varsity contest. Gate City Blue Devils are currently up 19-16 on the Central Lady Warriors. Chad, what were your thoughts on that first half there from Central?
I can't remember. It's too hot up here. I'm losing my mind in this gym. It was a tightly contested half. I think the difference was Jaden Fullen for Gate City came out and had an outstanding first half. I mean, missed maybe one shot the whole time. Really sort of dominated the boards a little bit. That was the difference. Central's missed a lot of easy shots. Central's doing what they always do, and it's working. They just got to knock down those shots. You got to think those will start to fall in the second half. But 3-point deficit, so some work to do for the two-time defending state champion Lady Warriors. You want to talk for just a moment here, Austin, about what we expect out of the varsity boys games coming up next? Last time Central played with Gate City for quite a while. If you notice some of the scores around the district, some other teams are having some success against Gate City. Gate City boys still undefeated in the Mountain 7 district. But I expect that Coach McAmis will have learned something from that first game, and I expect a really tight game. Maybe I'm delusional here, but I'm expecting a pretty good game.
You know, the Warriors, the boys team, when it's sort of, I wouldn't say they're streaky, but when they're on, and they can really play a good game. We've seen the last time these two teams played that the Warriors put up a heck of a fight there for the first half, and then honestly we're just gassed, couldn't hang with them there in the second half. Like you said, these other teams in the district that Central has beaten are having, they're not won, but they're, playing Gate City a lot closer than people might have expected them to. And so I think if you're Coach TJ McAmis, you got to look at that and have some high hopes coming into this game, knowing that you're one of the better teams in the district, and that, of course, it's going to be hard in this environment, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Central boys team pulls an upset here and comes away with the win.
Well, I know for a fact that the boys, Central Warrior boys, still have the goal of winning the regular season title in the Mountain 7 district. That's going to have to start tonight. It's no secret the way to compete with Gate City. You got to stop Zach Urban. Easier said than done. But if you can keep him under wraps a little bit, and some teams have had some success doing that, then you've got a chance. But before that happens, we're watching the Lady Warriors, and it'd be interesting to know what Coach Dodson said at halftime. Again, a 3-point deficit. We're about a minute and a half away from the second half. What do we think they need to do? They've got to come out, I believe, first 4 minutes of this half, really engaged, really intense. I think if they can get the ball to Dee Savetnik, they need to try to do that, because she missed a couple, but she's still just a weapon down low. We'll see if Gate City stays in that 2-3 zone and tries to pack it in, keep Central from getting it inside.
Well, I think that'll be, the big key for Central is if they can get Savetnik involved offensively, then points will start being put up on the board before you know it. You're starting to pull away. I think defensively too. I mean, that's Jaden Fullen, like you said, really, and she's knocking down long twos here. These aren't normal shots for a post player to be knocking down. And Dee Savetnik, not used to having to guard somebody that far out and then being able to make those shots. So I think up the defensive pressure a little bit, trying not to foul, because you do have some starters that are not really in foul trouble, but you definitely don't want them to pick up a few more, and then try to work it into Dee Savetnik on offense.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Kelly Housestrap gets part of the reason to that 2-3 zone is because their point guard, Sarah Thompson, is in a little bit of foul trouble. So 19-16, Gate City with the lead. The second half is ready to begin. It's going to be Gate City ball. Austin, I'm expecting a good one here.
Well, you'd be crazy not to. A couple of years ago, these two teams were two of the best. They were the two best in the state. It seemed like every year they were playing each other in the state finals, and still two really great teams. And these two teams get together. It's always a needed matchup. So Gate City will start out with the ball here. Starts the second half. Thompson will receive the inbound pass, bring it across half court. The starters are on the floor for the Warriors, as well as for the Blue Devils. Pass out to Pendleton in the corner to Mullins. Mullins passes back to Thompson. She'll head to her right and then comes back left. Pass to Mullins in the left corner. Quillen with it now. Back to Thompson. Gate City looking like Central in the first quarter. running the clock down, not looking to score too awful quick as Quillen's with it. Pass back to Mullins, top of the key. Mullen with it now behind the three-point line. Back to Quillen, to Thompson. And almost a minute's ran off the clock here as Pendleton gets it in the right wing. Into Mullen on the block. Out of bounds, Central ball. So almost the same story. Got a whole minute, kicks off the clock, and no points for Gate City. Central will take over. Olivia Mullins with it now for the Warriors. Comes across half court. Passes to Britt Porter. Porter eases to her left. Pass to Hannah Carter in the left wing. Pass to Brittany Mullins. She passes to Olivia. Olivia's at the top of the key. Passes to Britt Porter, right wing. Dribbling around. Again, Central not in much of a hurry here either as Brittany Mullins finds Olivia Mullins left corner. Passes to Britt Porter, left corner. And Olivia's with it now. Back towards top of the key. Porter, pass inside to Savetnik. That's up and in. So just like we said, they get Savetnik involved. Taking quite a bit of time for that pass to be open. But it's good. So it's 19-18 now. Gate City still leads. Thompson's pass stolen by Olivia Mullins on a fast break. Easy layup. Misses. Wide open layup. Nobody near. And they're going to say that Quillen traveled. So Central catches a break after Mullins misses the wide open layup. They'll get the ball right back. And a chance to take the lead.
That hurts. A wide open layup to take the lead again, but at least they retain possession. A turnover by Gate City.
Brittany Mullins set the inbound here. That pass is tipped. Brittany Mullins comes away with it. And she was hacked on her way to the basket. Trip fell. Ball rolls out of bounds. Gate City ball. So quick turnovers there with both Gate City and Central. Gate City with possession now. It's Thompson. Passes to Mullins. She heads to her right. Passes to Quillen. Quillen left side. That's to Thompson at the free throw line. Pendleton to Quillen. Back to Thompson, top of the key. Thompson will head left. On Quillen. That shot rolls in. So 21-18 to score now. Gate City with a 3-point lead. Chris Porter brings it across half court for Central. Passes to Olivia Mullins. To Hannah Carter, to Britt Porter, left corner. Long pass, intercepted by Thompson. A fast break now for Gate City. Passes to Mullins. So they're going to call a charge on Mullins. Hannah Carter stepped in there, took the contact. Good one for the team. A turnover by Gate City will be Central ball.
Hannah Carter, second charge she's taking tonight. She's not afraid to get in there and take a little bit of contact, and Central benefits here. 21-18.
Carter inbounds to Olivia Mullins here. We got 5:15 left here in this third quarter. Olivia Mullins passes to Britt Porter. Porter out to Carter, right corner. Back to Mullins. Try to get it to Savetnik. Stolen by Quillen. Pass ahead to Thompson. Gate City once again on a fast break. Britt Porter's defense is unsuccessful as Thompson gets the way at the foul. 23-18 to score now. Porter with it on the other end for Central. Brittany Mullins, right corner. She passes to Olivia Mullins, top of the key. To Porter. She'll pull a three. That one's no good. Olivia Mullins gets the rebound. Hands to Disa Beckman. Back to Olivia Mullins. She'll pull a corner three. That one's no good either. Gets her own rebound. So another chance for Central. Pass to Porter in the left corner. Into Savetnik on the block. Goes up. It's no good. And I believe they're going to get these Savetnik on over the back foul. Definitely not what Central needs. I believe that'll be Dee's third. Central's first here in the second half. Gate City ball. So Gate City's going to call a timeout here as we have 4 minutes, 23 seconds left here in the third quarter. Gate City currently 5-point lead here over the Central Warriors.
Well, of course, they did exactly what we expect them to try to do, which is get the ball down inside Disa Vetnik. She scored a quick one. Had another good shot. That in and out. She picks up the foul on that one. In between, however, sloppy play. 3 turnovers by Central already this half. You know, they got a chance to take the lead, a wide open layup, and instead now it's a big swing down to a 5-point deficit. So got to really sort of Coach Dotson's Warriors are going to have to clean up some of this sloppy play. We're not seeing the Central Warriors we've seen all year.
No, you know, like you said, that wide open layup. Olivia Mullins makes that all the time with people in her face, you know, taking contact and foul on the way up. I think she got in her head a little bit there, got a little bit nervous. And like I said, the Warriors is not playing like we usually see them play. So if we come out of the timeout, starting five still on the floor for Central, as well as for Gate City. And it'll be Gate City ball here. So 4:23 left here in the third. Gate City ball. Hamilton inbounds to Thompson. And she'll bring it the other way. Thompson walking it down the floor for Gate City. She crosses half court. She'll be picked up by Brooke Porter. Heads right. Stops, passes to Cullen. Hamilton with it left corner. To Quillen. Quillen passes to Mara Mullins. Cross court pass broken up. Almost stolen by Hannah Carter. Gate City comes away with it. Thompson passes to Pendleton in the left corner. Back to Thompson inside. Shot is up. Blocked. Savetta comes away with it. Hands to Brooke Porter. Central will head the other way. Porter crosses half court. Pass to Olivia Mullins. Brittany Mullins in the left corner. To Porter. Pump fake and drive. Layup is up. No good. Savetta comes away with the rebound and puts it in. So D. Savetta on a good move there inside. 23-20 to score now. Gate City still leads. Sarah Thompson with it for the Blue Devils. Heads right. Pass to Pendleton in the right corner. Back to Thompson. Cross court pass to Fallen. Pendleton, that was a long pass. Thompson comes away with it. That wild layup up no good. Pendleton comes away with it. Up to Quillen to Thompson. Inside to Fallen. Spin move, shot, wild shot, no good. Olivia Mullins comes away with it. Central with the possession once again. Olivia Mullins crosses half court. Pass tip, but ends up in the hands of Brittany Mullins. She'll take a three. That one's a little strong, no good. Fallen comes away with the rebound. Pass to Mullins. Ahead to Thompson. Thompson will pull a corner three. That one falls. So 26-20 the score now as Thompson's three-pointer is good. With 2:40 left to play here in the third. Brooke Porter with it on the other end for Central. She'll drive right. Finds Hannah Carter. Mid-range shot is good. 26-22 the score now. As Thompson streaking the other way for Gate City. That pass to Mara Mullins, then to Quillen. Now Cullen with it, top of the key. Back to Thompson. 2:15 left here in the third. Thompson crosses over and drives inside. Layup is no good. Olivia Mullins gets the rebound. Central headed the other way. Olivia Mullins drives and passes out to Brittany Mullins. That's a three, and that one's good. So 26-25 to score now as Brittany Mullins knocks down a three. A long pass ahead to Fallen. Out of bounds, Warriors ball. And Central finally getting the momentum they need as they've cut the lead to one.
See what happens when you make a couple of shots. All of a sudden, things start looking better. Central pumping the fists and ready to go on a run here.
Looks like maybe a substitution here for Gate City. As number 1, that's Mason Mullins enters the game, as well as number 21, that's Samantha Jarrell. And then Large will come in for the Warriors. Olivia Mullins with it now. Passes to Brooke Porter. Olivia Mullins left corner. She'll head back towards the top of the key. Back to Porter in the corner. Inside to Savetnik. And they're going to call a foul on the floor. And we'll wait to see who they get that one on.
I think that's going to be on Jaden Fulham. She and Savetnik really banging hard down low. That'd be her second foul.
Second foul for Fulham as Olivia Mullins set the inbound here for Central. On Savetnik. Back to Olivia Mullins. Passes to Porter. Porter out to Carter, right corner. That pass. I'm trying to see what the call is here. I think they're going to call it kickball.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a kickball. Central will maintain possession under their own basket.
Another break there for the Warriors. That pass really should have been stolen, but they're going to call it kickball. Olivia Mullins inbounds Brooke Porter. A quick three. It's good. So the Warriors getting hot here in the third quarter. Makes it 26-28. Central takes a 2-point lead. Mason Mullins with it on the other end for Gate City. Passes to Quillen, then to Cullen. She'll take a three. Answers out back.
So Gate City retakes the lead. A 1-point lead now for Gate City, 29-28, under a minute left here in the third quarter. William Mullins crosses that court to Central. They'll pass out to Hannah Carter in the right corner. Into Savetnik. Backs down, falling. The spin. The block. Falling comes away with it. Passes to Pendleton. And then to Mullins. So Gate City with possession on the other end. Pass to Pendleton. Pendleton with it. Hannah Carter comes out to guard her. And it looks like Gate City is going to call a timeout. So Central answered back there. Looked like momentum was in their favor. And then falling again. You don't see many post players hitting those outside shots. He knocks down three and gets Gate City a 1-point lead.
Well, it's funny what happens when you make some shots. Central made 3 in a row there to retake the lead, and things were looking really good. But Jaden Follen all night long, every time Central's tried to make a little run, she's had an answer. That time it was of the 3-point variety. And, I'm not sure what you can do about that, frankly. If you're going to step out there and make those, you got to kind of tip your cap and go down to the other end. But Central has to be feeling a little bit better about themselves now after that little run. Made a couple of shots, got a couple threes to go down. Savetnik working really hard down low.
I think that's Central's primed for a pretty good fourth quarter.
Looks like Thompson will re-enter the game for the Blue Devils. One thing I will mention here is the third quarter draws to a close, 32 seconds left. As Gate City will inbound. Thompson looking a little bit gassed, not as explosive as he once was earlier in the game. Thompson gets the inbound pass, passes to Mason Mullins, then to Jarrell, back to Thompson. Thompson will head left. Finds Mara Mullins. That's a deep three. That one's no good. Carter comes down with the rebound. Pass to Olivia Mullins. 12 seconds left. Mullins crosses half court to Hannah Large. Hannah Large, a quick shot. Fair ball. As Thompson comes down with the rebound. She's streaking the other way. 3 seconds left. Drives in. Layup is up. No good. And so after three, still a close game. 29-28. Gate City with a 1-point lead.
Sarah Thompson got a good look there at the buzzer. I think you're right about her being a little bit gassed. She's sort of an emotional player. She plays really hard. For some people, that would say she's the best guard in the area. I think that there are some Central fans and Ridgeview fans that might disagree with that characterization. But certainly, she's a very good player, just a sophomore. She missed a couple of shots there earlier. She felt like she got fouled in that third quarter, and I don't know if that's the reason why she came out of the game, but she was starting to show a little bit of emotion. And, the last thing Central needs is for her to sort of throw in a classic Sarah Thompson fourth quarter like she did over at Central. But they've not needed her as much tonight because Jaden Fulham has really just done whatever she wanted on the other end. So we'll begin the fourth quarter in just a moment. Central with a 1-point deficit here. Gate City 29, Central 28. Relatively low-scoring game until the last probably 3 minutes of that third quarter, right?
Absolutely. It's been a decently slow-paced game all the way through, and then that last little bit of the third there, shots were falling left and right for both teams.
All right, the buzzer sounds. We're going to begin the fourth quarter. Starters back on the floor for the Central Warriors. Brooke Porter, Olivia Mullins, Brittany Mullins, Hannah Carter, and Dee Savetnik. It'll be Central ball at half court, coming right to left, and we will begin. Quarter number 4 here at Gate City Middle School. Brooke Porter, ball handling duties now. She'll pass it to Olivia Mullins on the right-hand wing, looking for Dee Savetnik down low. Not there. Gate City still in that 2-3 zone. Hannah Carter with the ball. She'll kick it out to Brittany Mullins. Mullins hands off to Brooke Porter. Porter looks to drive. Back out to Brittany Mullins. She looks at a three, says no. Dribbles back out. Brooke Porter now has the ball at the top of the key. Porter all the way in the left-hand corner to Olivia Mullins, who's not looking to shoot at all. Brittany Mullins has the ball on the wing. She's going to drive and kick it out to Hannah Carter. Carter one dribble to her left. The 12-foot jump shot in and out. Rebound by Brittany Mullins. She can't corral and make the layup. Back down the other way quickly to the other end. Sarah Thompson going up for a layup, and she'll be fouled by Brooke Porter.
Looked like to me she was fouled on the floor, and that's what they're going to say. She's looking to shoot here. Porter just ran into her there. That's a good decision by Porter, not giving up the easy layup. And, to hit the ball out, they're going to say she fouled her on the floor. Gate City ball.
All right, Gate City will inbound underneath their own basket. Sarah Thompson looking to throw it in. She does get it in. Then it's back to Thompson in the corner, down to Full in the middle. She'll take a dribble, goes between two defenders, throws up a wild shot. It's no good. Dee Savetnik with the rebound, and here come the Warriors. Olivia Mullins all the way coast to coast. The 4-foot runner is no good, but she is fouled. Foul's going to be on Macy Mullins, the freshman guard for Gate City, and Olivia Mullins will shoot 2 free throws. Gate City 29, Central 28, 7 minutes and 3 seconds remaining. Mullins' first free throw is up, and it is good. We have a tie ball game here at Gate City Middle School. Austin's getting excited. He likes these tight games. He's also very hot. Second free throw up, and it's good as well. Central takes the lead, 30-29. 1 minute into the fourth quarter. Thompson back the other way for Gate City. Dribbles behind her back. Still dribbling, still dribbling. Fullen has it now on the left-hand wing. Back up top to Mullins. Mullins over to Mara Mullins. Back out to Thompson, who's going to look to drive. Kicks it out to Mara Mullins, who will take the three. It's up. It is good. Three-pointer for senior guard Mara Mullins. And Gate City quickly retakes that lead, 32-30. Brooke Porter now with the ball, just past the volleyball line. Central looks to get set up. She's going to drive. It's stolen by Macy Mullins. Mullins goes coast to coast. It's up. Misses the layup. Rebound by the other Mullins, Mara Mullins. 5 straight points for Mara Mullins, and it's 34-30. Gate City, 6 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the ball game. Brittany Mullins with the ball down in the corner here, just in front of us. She'll give it back to Olivia Mullins, who does take the three and knocks down the three. 34-33 now, 6 minutes to go. Sarah Thompson back the other way, again behind the back. She drives, kicks it down in the corner to Quillen. Actually, that's Mullins. Now Thompson recollects the ball at the top of the key. Gate City resets. Pass down low to Mara Mullins. Back up top to Sarah Thompson, who will take a long three. It's short. Rebound by Hannah Carter. Carter gets the ball to Olivia Mullins, and will come the other way. 34-33. Brooke Porter with the ball in the corner now. Three-pointer is up, and it is good. Brooke Porter gives Central a 36-34 lead. 5.5 minutes to go. They're going back and forth now. These teams decided they remembered how to shoot all of a sudden. All right, Macy Mullins, the freshman, has the ball at the top of the key. She's going to dribble around Central back in that 2-3 zone. Packing it in a little bit on Jaden Fullen. Sarah Thompson with the ball, guarded right now by Brooke Porter, but Brooke Porter's going to step back. Thompson's going to dribble down in the corner to Pendleton. Pendleton back out to Thompson, over to Macy Mullins. She'll take a couple of dribbles and back to Thompson on the right-hand wing. Now they get to Fullen in the middle of the floor. Her shot from about 7 feet is up. It's no good. Ball kicked around. It's out of bounds on Gate City. It'll go back to Central. So really that entire offensive possession was Gate City just looking to get the ball to Jaden Fullen. Hey, they got her in a good spot to shoot, and she hasn't missed much tonight, but she did miss that one. It's Central's ball. Under 5 minutes to go now. 2-point lead for Central. Brittany Mullins has the ball in the wing. She's going to take the three-pointer. It's not even close. Sarah Thompson with the rebound, and she comes streaking back the other way. Stops and shoots a 12-footer. It's up. No good. Rebound by Mara Mullins. Mullins back up. Shot blocked by Dee Savetnik. Rebound by Olivia Mullins, and I think they're going to get Mara Mullins on a foul. There are 2 Mullinses on the floor for both teams, and that really should be against Virginia High School League rules. All right, but it's going to be Central ball. Looks like Gate City's going to step back out now and full court, man-to-man. Going to pick Central up all the way. Hannah Carter's going to inbound it. She gets it to Brooke Porter. Porter brings it down, guarded heavily by Kendall Quillen. They're going to call a foul on Kendall Quillen. Probably need to put a saddle on her because she rode her all the way down the court. Again, 4.5 minutes to go in the game. That foul on the junior guard, Kendall Quillen. That's her first foul, but it's Gate City's 5th team foul. Central ball underneath her own basket. Olivia Mullins inbounds to Brooke Porter in the corner. She'll take the three. She is fouled. The shot is no good, but Brooke Porter will go to the line for 3 free throws. Foul's going to be on Kendall Quillen, number 5. 16 fouls now for Gate City. That's the second one for Quillen. I'm not sure if that was a bit of Academy Award acting there for Brooke Porter. I'm not sure I saw a whole lot of contact, but she'll get 3 free throws. First one's up and no good. Second shot. Brooke Porter up and it is good. Extends the lead to 3, 37-34. 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in this contest. Third free throw for Brooke Porter's up, and it is good. She makes 2 of 3. Extends the Central lead to 4, 38-34. Central packs it in that 2-3 zone, looking to not let Jaden Fullen get loose down there. Fulham does get the ball at the right-hand elbow, kicks it out to the corner. That's Macy Mullins for the three. It's no good. Rebound by D. Savetnik. Back come the Warriors the other way. Pass up tipped, but Porter comes up with it. She's going to drive, and she dribbles it off her foot. Looking to drive against Jaden Fulham, which that's a difficult thing to do anyway. It's off her foot, a turnover. It'll go back to Gate City, and looks like Gate City's going to call a timeout. 38-34 Central. 4 minutes to go. Well, the pace is, we talk about a sort of a slow game. It's quickened up here, hasn't it, Austin?
Well, maybe that was the game plan for both these teams, just act like you can't really play there for 3.5 quarters and then pour it on. But like you say, pace is really stepping up here. Both teams really are playing hard. This one's going to come down to the wire, but right now the momentum is in favor of Central.
Don't you think the last 6-7 minutes or so has been classic Central basketball more than we've seen all the rest of the night here tonight? They're making shots. They're getting up and down. Defense has been outstanding. Coach Johnson made the switch to go to the 2-3 zone to keep Fulton in check, and we're seeing a lot of positives all of a sudden.
That's right. I mean, Porter has been lethal from long range, and the Warriors shooting a lot better. D. Savetnik able to win the battles in the post. Everything seems to be going right for the Warriors right now. We'll see if they can keep that going for these last 4 minutes.
One thing we talked about earlier is that a lot of girls had 2 fouls early in the first half. That's not really come to pass yet. Central has only 2 team fouls this whole half. Gate City has 6, so Central will be shooting the bonus from here on. But no one in real foul trouble other than I think Sarah Thompson has 3 for Gate City. D. Savetnik may have 3, I guess, for Central as well. But we're under 4 minutes here in the fourth quarter. 38-34 Central. Gate City brings the ball across half court. It's Sarah Thompson. Central back in that 2-3 zone. Quillen has the ball, and she'll kick it back out to Mullins at the top, who gives it to Thompson. Back to Mullins at the top. They're just going 25 feet till they can get it into Jaden Fulton. Fulton kicks it back out to Sarah Thompson. She takes the 3. It's in and out. Rebounded by Pendleton. She goes back up, and she's going to be fouled. She'll go to the line for 2 free throws. Foul's going to be on Hannah Carter, just her second, team third. Kate Pendleton, senior guard for Gate City, will go to the line for 2 free throws. Easy for me to say. First one's up, and it was good. 38-35 Central. Both teams riding with their starters at this point in the game. Second free throw for Pendleton is up. It is good as well. Cuts the lead to 38-36 Central. Olivia Mullins crosses half court. Gate City is now in a man-to-man, half-court man-to-man. Thompson guarding Olivia Mullins. She's dribbling around. She'll pick up her dribble. Referee's counting. Olivia Mullins going to call the timeout as she was stuck. They're heavily guarded by Sarah Thompson. It'll be a 30-second timeout for Central. 3 minutes, 29 seconds remaining, 38-36. It has not gotten any cooler in here. Maybe that's because the shooting's heated up so much that it's kept the air conditioning from working. You think that might be the case, Austin? Or am I just being ridiculous again?
Well, I mean, nothing screams high school basketball like a smaller than it needs to be gym. It's packed full of people, nice and warm. Everybody's sweating, fans and players alike. Both sides getting into it. This just screams classic high school basketball.
A lot of you that are listening out there will remember nights like this at Pound High School's gym and at J.J. Kelly's gym, those old Lonesome Pine District matchups with just, it seemed like it was 100 degrees in there and fans going nuts cheering for the Pound Wildcats and J.J. Kelly Indians. But with the Central Warriors now, and Central takes a 2-point lead into the last 3 minutes and 29 seconds. It's very inconvenient of Gate City to put that rail there above the goal in the way of me being able to see how much time is on the clock. It's almost like they weren't even thinking of me when they built this gym.
I mean, come on, I'll get one of these, kids that go to the tech school. They'll get out there, cut and weld, and we'll be able to see it just fine.
All right, do that before we get over here next year, Austin. All right, Brooke Porter's going to inbound near half court. She'll give it to Brittany Mullins on the other side of half court, who will dribble it across and set the possession. Brooke Porter now with the ball on the wing, looking to get it inside to D. Savetnik. Instead, it's Hannah Carter at the top of the key. Carter, a lob pass over to D. Savetnik. Shot goes up. It is blocked. Nice block by Sarah Thompson, out of bounds. Central will retain possession. Olivia Mullins will inbound. It was a good lob pass from Hannah Carter. Dee Savetnik just couldn't finish because of really good defensive play coming from behind her. Inbounds to Dee Savetnik, hands it back to Olivia. Olivia Mullins back to the corner to Brooke Porter. Porter looks for a shot. No, inside to Dee Savetnik. One dribble up. Looks like they're going to call a foul, and Dee Savetnik may have been bailed out a little bit there because she sort of lost control of the ball. She'll get 2 free throws. That foul is going to be on Jaden Fullen. It's the 7th team foul for Gate City. That's Fullen's 3rd. Dee Savetnik to the line for the first of 2 crucial free throws here with 3 minutes, 6 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. First one is up. It is good. Central extends the lead to 39-36. Each of these free throws this time in the game is going to be extremely crucial for both teams. Second shot by Dee Savetnik. Perfect. 2 beautiful free throws. Extends the lead to 4, 42-36. 3 minutes exactly remaining. Sarah Thompson with the ball on the other end. She gets the ball to Quillen. Quillen dribble back up to the top of the key and over to Mara Mullins. We'll get it inside at the free throw line to Jaden Fullen. Her shot is up and no good. Rebound by Dee Savetnik. And that's been the story of this 4th quarter. All those shots that were going for Fullen have not gone here late in the game. Central brings the ball across half court. Sarah Thompson guarding Olivia Mullins tightly. That's a reach-in foul. That'll be the 4th foul on Sarah Thompson with 2 minutes and 43 seconds remaining. And she's been trying to guard Olivia Mullins like that all night long.
Well, that foul, like I said, it gives her 4, 1 more, and she's going to have to sit down for the rest of the game, but it also sends Olivia Mullins to the line here.
It'll be a 1-and-1 for Olivia Mullins. The shot is up, and it is good. So the foul gives Central a chance to extend the lead a little bit. It's now 41-36, but it does stop the clock as well, which doesn't hurt Gate City facing this 5-point deficit. Olivia's second shot up. It is good. I think that's 6 straight free throws for the Warriors. They have a 42-36 lead. Quickly the other way, Gate City. Mara Mullins at the top of the key. She's going to dribble. Kicks it out in the corner to Sarah Thompson. Thompson inside to Pendleton. Pendleton tries to get it to Jaden Fullen. It's tipped. Oh, and that's going to be a foul on Olivia Mullins. A little bit of an unfortunate foul there. Probably a reach in. That'll be the 4th team foul for Central and the 3rd foul for Olivia Mullins. Yeah, that was a little bit weak, as some people around us are saying, but doesn't matter what we think. Inbounded by Gate City. Thompson inbounds and gets it right back. She's going to look to drive, kicks it back to Mara Mullins in the corner. Mullins a 3-point threat, looks to shoot, but instead drives. Her runner in the lane, no good. Rebound by Brittany Mullins. Bring it back the other way. Brittany Mullins with the ball inside the logo at half court. Guarded by Mara Mullins as Gate City's back in this man-to-man defense. She'll give it to Olivia Mullins on the right-hand wing. Looks inside, not there. Dee Savetnik at the free throw line. She gives the lob pass to Hannah Carter. Carter finishes. It's a 44-36 lead for Central. It was reverse roll, so what happened a couple possessions ago. This time Carter's able to finish. Gorgeous pass from Dee Savetnik. And Hannah Carter, I think, just 1 shot today. She's taken a couple of charges. She has had an outstanding game. Central with the 8-point lead with under 2 minutes to play.
Well, that was a perfect pass in by Savetnik, lobbed it in just perfect. Carter caught it, and then pump fake. Her defender went flying, and easy 2, and that gives Central 2 more on the board.
Absolutely. Just a really, really nice possession. Switched it up on us, got it to Dee Savetnik at the free throw line. So Central, behind most of the game, finally takes the lead in the 3rd quarter, immediately gives it back up, but in the 4th quarter has taken control. Their lead 44-36, a minute 57 to go. Now, if you're Central to stay in that 2-3 zone, do you think?
You got to do something to try to stop Fullen. I mean, of course, she's cooled off a little bit here second half, but she's still going to be, I would say, their go-to weapon inside.
Absolutely. Mara Mullins made a couple threes, but no one else has really been showing themselves to be a threat today. Jaden Fullen's the only reason that K-City is in this game right now. So we'll look to see what happens when we come back out, whether Central decides to stay in that 2-3 zone, pack it in tight, try to corral Fullen. Your starters are still on the floor for Central. Olivia Mullins, Brittany Mullins, Brooke Porter, Hannah Carter, and Dee Savetnik. It'll be Gate City's ball at half court here. 1 minute, 57 seconds remaining. Again, Central with a 44-36 lead. Sarah Thompson dribbling like she has all the time in the world. She'll give it to Quillen on the left-hand wing, guarded tightly by Brooke Porter. Central is in that 2-3 zone. Back to Sarah Thompson. She's going to hold it like they've got time. Pendleton down the corner. Now she kicks it to Mara Mullins, who shoots a 3. It's no good. Rebound by Hannah Carter. And back come the Warriors. 8-point lead, a minute and a half to go in this Mountain 7 district game. Olivia Mullins crosses half court. She's being guarded now by Kendall Quillen. Thompson not guarding Olivia Mullins anymore. for the first time all game. Brittany Mullins is going to look to drive. She's going to be fouled by Mara Mullins, and Brittany Mullins will go to the line for a 1-on-1. That's the fourth foul on senior guard Mara Mullins for Gate City. Brittany Mullins looks to extend the lead, possibly. It's a 1-on-1 here, but possibly to double digits. First free throw up. It is good. It is 7 consecutive free throws made here in the fourth quarter by Central. That's been the difference in the game. Second free throw's up. It is good as well, 8 in a row. And Central does have a 10-point lead, 46-36, a minute 18 to go. Sarah Thompson the other way. Dribbles. Back to Pendleton and over to Mara. Mara looks at the three, instead drives, little runner. Shot blocked by Disa Vetnick. Corralled by Brittany Mullins. She passes ahead to Brooke Porter. Layup up, no good. Brittany Mullins with another rebound. Out to Olivia Mullins, who will smartly bring it back out and try to set something up. She passes to Brooke Porter. Gate City trying to foul now. They do foul Porter. That'll be Jaden Fulham's fourth foul. Brooke Porter go to the line for 2 shots as we're in the double bonus. And Central has put the wraps on this with a late charge late in the third quarter and a dominant fourth quarter.
Well, if there's one thing about this Lady Warriors team, if you're an opposing team, you can't let them hang around. They will find a way to sneak right back in and take it from you.
Absolutely. First free throw up and good, 47-36 now. Warriors. Yeah, they made a couple threes there. It scored 6 straight points. At one point, that free throw's up for Brooke Porter. It's 48-36. And from at that point, you sort of saw the light click on, and they've been turned into the Warriors again. 3 on the other end by Kendall Quillen is up, and it is good. That'll cut the deficit to 48-39. Too little too late probably for Gate City here with 47.3 seconds remaining. Gate City calls a quick timeout. Your thoughts, Austin?
Well, Gate City, they called the timeout there. Like you say, they're down by 9 and 47 seconds left. It would take an incredible turn of events for them to come back and win this one. But, the Warriors, a little bit fortunate here. They did not play the best game they've ever played there in the first half and turned it on here in the second half, especially this fourth quarter. They really took a clamps on and ran away with it.
Well, truth of the matter, Gate City played for most of the game about as good a game as they can play, and they still couldn't really get any kind of a lead on Central. I think they did have a 5-point lead at one time. It was the largest lead. I heard that. Central coming out of the timeout now with 47.3 seconds left. Nothing like being right here in the midst of all these great Central Warrior fans, right? All right, Central looks to inbound it to Brooke Porter. She's double teamed immediately and fouled. Foul's going to be on, I think, Kendall. Well, or excuse me, it's going to be on Housewright. Riley Housewright. No, it's Kate Pendleton. I'm sorry, Kate Pendleton. And Gate City did not start the clock at all, looks like, until it's too late. So Brooke Porter's going to go to the line. Central maintaining this 9-point lead. Central made 8 free throws in a row. That'll be number 9. Central just really put the clamps on this game in the fourth quarter. This is as dominant a fourth quarter as we've seen from them against a quality opponent all year. Just outstanding work by the Central Warriors. Second free throw up, and it is good. 50-39 Central. 45 seconds remaining, and Sarah Thompson brings it back the other way. She's going to drive, give it out to Mara Mullins, who looks at 3. Back out to Pendleton at the top of the key. She'll take a 3. It's short. Rebound tipped out of bounds. It'll remain Gate City ball. No, they're going to call it Central ball. And some substitutions here for Gate City. Too many to tell. And looks like Hannah McAmis is going to come in for Central. Brittany Mullins will come out of the game, and she'll get a well-deserved round of applause. Inbound to Brooke Porter. She can dribble all the way down and pulled to the ground. I don't think that was a dirty play, but pulled to the ground by Kendall Quillen. She'll shoot 2 more free throws.
Well, if anything for Porter here, this would just be another opportunity to run up her points total for the evening.
She's made a number from the free throw line here. And just ice water in her veins. First free throw up, and you know how this story goes. It's good, 51-39 Central. 32 seconds remaining in this contest. As Central is going to go to 6-1 in the Mountain 7 district. Second free throw up, it is good. Central perfect in almost every way. Bailey Allison going to come in now for Hannah Carter. Hannah Carter also with a really nice round of applause. Outstanding performance. by Hannah Carter tonight, one of her better games. The junior for Central. Casey brings back the other way. Sarah Thompson goes all the way. Wild layup shot up. Rebound by Central. Kicked it out to Hannah McAmis. I think they're going to call a foul here. And so Hannah McAmis will get a chance to shoot 2 free throws. As they're in the double bonus, foul's going to be on Mara Mullins, and that'll be the 5th foul for the senior guard, who's had a pretty good game for Gate City, frankly. Macy Mullins will come in to replace her. And Hannah McAmis will look to add to Central's 13-point lead. Shots up off the back of the rim. It's no good. She'll get another. Second throw up. It's no good as well. Central Gate City with the rebound. They'll come back the other way. 20 seconds to go. 3-pointer now by Mullins in the corner. It's up and it's no good. Rebound by Olivia Mullins. That'll be the 5th foul on Sarah Thompson. She'll foul out. And Olivia Mullins will go down to the other end to shoot 2 free throws. Not Sarah Thompson's best night, certainly by any stretch of the imagination. Having foul trouble early. Was never really able to get on track. But Central's defense had a little something to do with that, don't you think, Austin?
As you mentioned earlier, she's an emotional player. She goes all out all the time. I think she kind of gassed herself out there in the first half and was a little bit sloppy there second half, kept committing fouls. And, of course, Central's defense limited her on offense, but not her best game this evening.
Gabby Hall and Gracie Thompson will come in, and you hear that round of applause for Brooke Porter and Dee Savette, who worked really hard tonight. Mullins' first free throw was up and good. She'll take her second now. It's also good, and that's a 54-39 lead. And she's going to get a break as well for the rest of the evening as Jill Sturgill comes into the game. 14.3 seconds left. Central 54, Gate City 39. Another win. The Central Warriors is in the offing. Gate City Pendleton has the ball. Over to Quillen. Back to Pendleton. She'll shoot the 3. It's up. It is short. Rebound by Bailey Allison. She'll get it to Gracie Thompson. And that'll be the game in what's not going to sound like a tightly contested game. If you look at the score later, it was a tightly contested game all game long. Central comes away with a 54-39 victory and a great win and a great fourth quarter for the Central Warriors.
Well, like we've mentioned all year, every one of these district matchups matters, towards the end of the season as far as seeding headed into the tournament. And, the Lady Warriors lost to the Falcons there last week as their first district loss. And Gate City, one of the better teams in the district. And for the Warriors to come over here and not play their best game there first half. And, for Gate City to be up on them, they didn't panic. It shows the veteran leadership they got. Come back in the second half, that fourth quarter especially, and was dominated.
We're being told now by the mayor up here, who has all the information. My guy Danny Hall is telling us that Zach Urban is out for the varsity game. Is that torn meniscus? Oh, that is not what I wanted to hear. I was hoping he had the flu or something. That's a bad injury. I had not heard that. So we're going to have a Central voice have a real chance now because the Gate City team sort of do flood. We'll talk about that in a moment. Let's finish up with this girls game. I'm so impressed, and this is what makes me think that Coach Dotson's Lady Warriors have a chance to make another long run in the state tournament. They were behind all game. But about 3 minutes left in the third quarter, you started seeing some flickers. And in the fourth quarter, they absolutely took control. And it's that situation where we know we've got Central on the front of our jerseys. We know we're going to win this game. That's what it looked like to me with the club. They knew they were going to win it. Their senior guards. And, of course, the only junior that starts, Hannah Carter, absolutely took over. Just an outstanding night for the Central Warriors. Coach Dotson has to be pleased with that victory.
Well, it definitely was a heck of a win there for the Lady Warriors as they come into this. Let's not sugarcoat it here. This is a hostile environment in every sense. You got the other, Coach T.J. McAmis, I mentioned this earlier, he sent an email saying we need a table and a good view of the court for our broadcast here that we bring to you every game home and away. And they stuck us up here in the bleachers with You know, you're run-of-the-mill fans, nothing wrong with that, but we're sweating. It's loud. The other fans aren't exactly the nicest. And so for them to come into this very hostile environment and get the win after being down about all game, I think it says a lot about the Central Lady Warriors.
It does. They played hard despite our conditions up here, Austin. Can you believe that? That's what I love about that Warriors match. Despite how we were treated up here, they didn't let it phase them. Just a really outstanding close of the game for Central. Extremely impressed with what I saw late in the game from our Lady Warriors.
Well, with that being said, the boys varsity game is the next one on the list. They're warming up on the court. Got about 12 minutes here as Chris Wilson comes up here to our extremely sophisticated broadcast setup here. And I guess, Chad, are you leaving me once again?
Are you kicking me out again? Every game, you kick me out of the booth right before the boys game.
You got it.
No. That's fine. I gotta go get a drink.
Well,
thanks for nothing, Austin.
I don't call the shots around here, but hey.
All right, Danny Hall's up here talking craziness. We're going to take a little break here. Thanks for joining us on Central Warriors basketball. Big win, 54-39 for the Lady Warriors. For Austin Yeary, I'm Chad Dotson saying so long. Here come the boys.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Here at Gate City Middle School in Gate City, Virginia. I'm Austin Ury. This time I'm going to be joined by Chris Wilson here for the boys' game. Got just over about 2 minutes, 40 seconds left here before they get underway. I think Chris has some stats here from the girls' game. We'll try to run over those real quick.
Yeah, Austin, I do here. Tried to get Chad to stay, but Chad decided he'd rather watch this one and let me take over. Just to recap the girls' game, again, the Central Warriors came out with a victory there. Strong fourth quarter. Brittany Mullins appeared to have led the way. She scored 11 points in the fourth quarter, giving her a total of 19 for the game. It's Brooke Porter. Brooke Porter with 19 in the game. Olivia Mullins, strong fourth quarter as well. She went 6 for 6 from the free throw line. She had 9 points, all 9 coming in the fourth quarter. So Brooke Porter with 19. Olivia Mullins had 9. Hannah Carter chipped in 8. Dee Savetnik came home with 12. Let's see here. Actually, Hannah Carter had 9. Again, I'm trying to add up these points off the book here, Austin. Brittany Mullins actually had 5, and that concludes the scoring for the Warriors. So, again, Brittany Mullins with 5. Brooke Porter with 19. Olivia Mullins with 9. Hannah Carter with 9. And Dee Savetnik with 12. And the Lady Warriors coming back from a little sluggish first half effort. They had 16 points there at the half and went home with 54 in the ballgame, scoring 26 points in that fourth quarter. Again, Brooke Porter leading the charge on the fourth quarter with 11 fourth quarter points. So, again, good job by the Lady Warriors coming back from that loss there last Friday to Abingdon to come back and defeat the Gate City Blue Devils here, as you said, at Gate City Middle School. Down about 50 seconds here before the boys' contest gets underway, and we'll get to the starting lineups. One quick note, big note here going in for the game for the Warriors is that Zach Irvin, the leading scorer here for the Gate City Blue Devils, has been announced as not active for the game. Zach Irvin, reportedly, we haven't confirmed anything in Gate City, but we've heard several reports of a torn meniscus in his knee, potential surgery perhaps one day this week, and he is not dressed for the game tonight. Again, Zach Irvin, leading scorer last time these two teams met, leading scorer for the Gate City Blue Devils. Again, not dressed for the night's boys action. He is in street clothes on the Gate City Blue Devils bench. So, you hate to see that for any young athlete. You hate to see it for any player. Again, Central Warriors all too familiar with that. Again, seeing Isaiah McAmus here in street clothes as well. Seems to be an unfortunate thing going on so far in the Mountain 7 Conference now with Zach Irvin, Isaiah McAmus, and Wes Slagle all now potentially sidelined for the remainder of the regular season. But if you want to look at it as a way for the Central Warriors to get back, again, a chance for them to maybe knock off Gate City with their leading scorer not active for tonight's game. We have lineups being announced here for the Central Warriors. Looks like their typical starting lineup: Bryson Collins, Tyler Vanover, Elijah Hayes, Landon Elkins, and Ben Stallard starting for the Warriors. The lights are off. Spotlights are on. The music's blasting here at Gate City Middle School as the Gate City Blue Devils starting lineup is set to be announced. First guy announced for Gate City, number 1, Bradley Dean, a junior. He's the second leading scorer on this Blue Devils team. He'll be looking to carry a lot more of the load tonight again with Irvin sidelined. Next will be number 10, John Compton, a guard, 5'10", also junior. Number 15, Drew Vermillion, guard, 6'1", senior. Number 20, Jacob Hicks, guard, 6 foot senior. And then number 22, John Sally, 6'4" forward center, a junior. So that's your starting lineup for the Gate City Blue Devils. Number 1, Bradley Dean. Number 10, John Compton. 15, Drew Vermillion. Number 20, Jacob Hicks. And number 22, John Sally. Awesome. We're set to get tipped. Should be a good one.
It should be. It looks like Bryson Collins will be set for the tip here for the Warriors, as well as Sally. This one's going to be fun.
So here we go. Both teams exchanging some handshakes. The fans have sat down in front of us, getting a little unique situation here at Gate City Middle School. We're stuck up here in the last row. Hopefully some of these fans in front of us don't get too riled up. Chad Dotson in front of me, Barry Allison here in front of me as well. Should be a good one. Last time these two teams met, it was a fiery contest with Gate City coming out on the winning end. There's the tip. It's won by the Gate City Blue Devils, and the Central Warriors begin the night in the man-to-man. Ball's in the hand number 1, Bradley Dean. He kicks it out to John Compton, over to Vermillion. Ball now over in the right-hand corner to Sally, who kicks it back up to Dean. Dean being guarded by Landon Elkins. Ball now with Compton being guarded by Tyler Vanover. Compton kicks it out to Vermillion, who swings it over to Hicks. Ball goes back up to the volleyball line to Dean. Dean pulls a little deep three, hits the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Tyler Vanover. Elijah Hayes now with it as the point. He dribbles across half court, skips it over to the Blue Devil logo to Ben Stout. Ball back up to Bryson Collins. Hits Elijah Hayes inside. Elijah Hayes drives. Right-handed layup is up and good. Warriors take the early 2-0 lead. Bradley Dean with it, crosses half court, skips it over to Compton, swings it over to Vermillion. He dribbles with his left hand behind his back, kicks it back to Compton. Ball goes back to Dean on the left wing to Vermillion, who takes a deep three from the top of the key. It's good. 3-2 Gate City. Big three right there for Vermillion as the Gate City Blue Devils will look to see who's going to pick up the scoring for the injured Zach Irvin. Elijah Hayes bounce pass over to Ben Stowler. Stowler skips it over to Bryson Collins out beyond the top of the key. Inside to Elijah Hayes at the free throw line. He skips it out to Ben Stowler in the corner. His three is up and good right in front of the Gate City Blue Devils student section. Warriors now lead 5-3. Vermillion with it over on the right wing. He finds Dean. Dean dribbles it back to the right wing again, being guarded by Landon Elkins. He pulls another deep three. It's no good. Rebounded by number 20. Shot goes up, no good. Rebounded again by Hicks. Finally, the loose ball is come away with by the Warriors, and Landon Elkins pushes it ahead. He finds Elijah Hayes, who took too many steps. Traveling call with 6:07 left in the first period.
Well, there's definitely no lack of intensity here. Both teams running the floor. This is a pretty high game speed here.
It's 5-3. We're 1 minute and 53 seconds in. John Compton now the point guard, being guarded by Tyler Vanover. He dribbles over the right wing. He hands it off to Bradley Dean. Dean dribbles to his left, now being guarded by Elkins and Hayes. Ball back to Sally, who skips it over to Compton, who penetrates in with his right, kicks it out to Vermillion in the right-hand corner. Shot up, no good. It's rebounded by Sally, and we have a foul call. Foul's going to be called number 44, Bryson Collins. We're going to call him for a little bit of an undercut on the rebound by Sally. That'll be Collins' first and the team's first with 5:44 left here in the first quarter. Gate City inbounds it into Vermillion. Vermillion dribbles it back out, picks up his dribble, finds Compton out beyond the volleyball line. He skips it over to number 14, David George, who's now checked in for the Blue Devils. John Compton with it, out past the volleyball line. He dribbles in, being guarded by Vanover. He pump fakes, picks up his dribble, tries to throw a pass to Vermillion. It's high and sails out of bounds. Ball will go back to the Warriors. Warriors basketball. Landon Elkins dribbles it slowly up to the half-court line, being guarded by Vermillion. He kicks it over to Hayes, who hands it back off to Elkins. Bryson Collins sets the screen. Landon Elkins penetrates to the free throw line, skips it back to Ben Stowler. Ben Stowler now takes the three. It's up and good again in front of the Gate City student section. Central now leads 8-3. We're under 5 minutes left here in the first period. Bradley Dean now with it at the volleyball line. He waits for a screen, drives in with his right hand. Good defense there by Ben Stowler, but a better shot by Bradley Dean as he makes the layup to cut the lead to 8-5. Good shot right there by Dean. Good defense by Ben Stowler. Dean just got the shot up over top. Landon Elkins with it. He dribbles to his right, hands it off to Vanover. Vanover kicks it over to Ben Stowler, who gives it to Bryson Collins, who kicks it over to Landon Elkins. Warriors now run the flex offense. Elijah Hayes with the jump shot, the free throw line, no good. Ben Stowler tried to come away with the offensive rebound. He could not. John Sally does, but on the outlet pass, he throws it out of bounds. Turnover Blue Devils. Ball goes back to Gate City as number 12, DeAndre Mack, checks in now for the Blue Devils. Again, it's Central Warriors basketball. We have 4:19 remaining here in the first quarter. Warriors lead 8-5 over the Blue Devils of Gate City. Elijah Hayes inbounds it to Landon Elkins beyond the top of the key. He penetrates in with his right. Bounce pass is a bad one. It's turned over. Mack with it. He skips it up ahead to Compton. Compton pull-up jump shot. It's up and good. 8-7 Warriors. Landon Elkins with it now. He dribbles it slowly up the half court. Gate City playing somewhat solid man-to-man defense here at the half court line. Elkins kicks it over to Vanover in the right-hand wing. Vanover hits Collins. Collins makes the post move. Uses the glass. It's up and good. Warriors lead 10-7. 3:44 left. Dean now with it. He kicks it up ahead. Tries to shoot a pull-up jump shot. Decides otherwise. His pass nearly goes out of bounds. Finally, the ball goes into the hands of Andrew Hensley. His three-point attempt, no good. Ben Stowler gets the rebound. And on the outlet pass, we have a foul. It's going to be called on the Gate City Blue Devils. Foul is going to be called on number 11, Andrew Hensley. His first, Blue Devils first. In 3:31 left, Warriors lead 10-7. Ben Stowler inbounds it into Landon Elkins. Elkins being guarded by DeAndre Mack. Elkins hits Hayes over on the left-hand wing, who goes back to Elkins. Elkins is hit as he gets the ball on the block. It's going to be a turnover. Gate City gets the loose ball. Ball goes up to Bradley Dean. Dean dribbles in. His layup is up and no good. Rebounded by Bryson Collins. Collins skips it up to Elijah Hayes. Elijah Hayes is going to be fouled at the half-court line by DeAndre Mack. That'll be Mack's first personal foul. Gate City Blue Devils' second team foul. Some of the Gate City fans displaying their disagreement, I suppose, with that personal foul that was called. But nonetheless, as Austin said several times in the first game, we're not referees up here in the stands. We'll leave it to the guys on the court. Warriors basketball. Elijah Hayes has it. He comes up to the top of the key. He's being guarded by Dean. He finds Tyler Vanover on the left-hand wing. He loses possession of it for a second, but regains it. He skips it over to Damon Lester, checking in for the Warriors. Ball goes to Jordan Bishop, also just checked in. Elijah Hayes with the turnaround jump shot. It's no good. Rebounded by Gate City, and back come the Blue Devils. Ball with Dean. He waits on the screen from George, penetrates into the lane, continues to penetrate, loses control of it, finally finds Mack on the wing. Mack hands it back off to Dean. Dean penetrates to his right, pull-up jump shot is up and good. 10-9 Warriors. And so far, it looks like Dean's going to be the scorer. Now Dean with the steal, and we have a foul on Elijah Hayes. Elijah Hayes with the turnover, tried to skip it up. Dean got up high off the ground, was able to intercept the pass from Hayes, and then after the turnover, Hayes commits the foul. That'll be his first personal foul. Gate City Blue Devils, or I'm sorry, Central Warriors, second. Both teams now with 2 team fouls. It'll be Blue Devils basketball. Warriors up 10-9, 2:21 remaining here in the first quarter. Trey Mullins now checking in for Ben Stowers. We have Brody Allison, Damon Lester, Jordan Bishop, Trey Mullins, and Elijah Hayes. Dean with another long three, rattles in and out. Rebounded by Jordan Bishop. Elijah Hayes with it, skips it up to Brody Allison. Brody Allison picks up his dribble, finally skips it over to Jordan Bishop at the top of the key, being guarded by Dean. Bishop dribbles over to his right, skips it over to Allison, who hits Trey Mullins in the post. Ball goes back out to Allison. Three-point attempt up, no good. Rebounded by number 22, John Sally. Compton now has it as he crosses half court, finds Dean. Dean dribbles in with his right, and we've got a foul that's going to be called on the Warriors. Foul is going to be called on number 22, Brody Allison. That will be his first personal foul. Warriors' third team foul. 10-9, 1:49 remains here in the first period. Dean inbounds to Compton, who gives it back to Dean, who gives it back to Compton over to Vermillion. Ball goes back to Compton, back over to Dean. Dean pulls another long three. This one's good. And Gate City takes their second lead of the game. Blue Devils 12, Warriors 10. Brody Allison with on the right wing. Skips over to Trey Mullins, who hands it off to Damon Lester. Lester out of the volleyball line, being guarded by Compton. Lester throws the ball over to the Blue Devil logo near the Gate City bleachers to Elijah Hayes. He finds Allison back at the top of the key. Warriors running through their offense. Allison dribbles over to his left, finally hits Elijah Hayes with 1:10 left in the first. Jordan Bishop now with it. Skips it over to Lester on the right wing. Lester penetrates into his right, skips it back out to Hayes. Ball's deflected out of bounds by Gate City. Ball will stay with the Warriors with 1:02 left in the first period. Now in for Gate City is number 2, Luke Reed. Warriors inbound it to Elijah Hayes, who dribbles it back up to the top of the key as the Warriors set up their offense. Lester now with it over on the left wing. Looks to find someone in the post, does so in Jordan Bishop. Bishop kicks it back out to Lester, who penetrates baseline, shoots a right-handed floater. It's no good. Rebounded by Reed. Ball now in the hands of Compton. He penetrates in, finds Dean, who thought about a three at the volleyball line, decides otherwise, pulls up the jump shot in the lane. It's good. Gay City now leads 14-10, 33 seconds left. Ball skipped up to Brody Allison on the right-hand wing, back to Elijah Hayes. He drives to his left, skips it out to Damal Lester. Ball now in the hands of Brody Allison at the volleyball line with 20 seconds left in the first. Allison being guarded by Vermillion. Loses control of it for a second and then turns it over. It's a steal by John Compton. Compton goes in, lays it up, and misses the gimme layup. Rebounded by Brody Allison. Loose ball kicked out of bounds by Allison. It will stay with the Blue Devils of Gate City. And Central turned it over. Compton had an easy layup, no one between him and the basket, and he missed it. Brody Allison got the rebound. Gate City picked up their pressure, and the ball goes out of bounds off of Brody Allison's knee. Back to Gate City with 5 seconds left. Dean with it. He pulls up a three. They thought about calling a foul. No foul will be called. And there's the horn signaling the end of the first quarter. After 1 quarter of play from Gate City Middle School, it's Gate City Blue Devils 14, the Central Warriors 10.
Well, it looked like the Warriors had a wrap on that quarter there. Had a little bit of a lead, and then Bradley Dean, that's all you can say. He got hot there and started hitting shots. We talk about Zach Irvin being out. Bradley Dean's a great player they got as well. Definitely a force to be reckoned with, and he definitely chipped in there at the end of the first and gave Gate City this 4-point lead. Nevertheless, the Warriors had a good first quarter. I think that they gotta stay calm here. Things are getting wild, not play with emotion. Run the game plan that Coach McCamus has cooked up, and we'll see how they do here in a second. Once again, we're here at Gate City Middle School. Gate City Blue Devils are up 14-10 as we get ready to start the second quarter. Looks like on the floor for the Warriors, it'll be Tyler Vanover, Jordan Bishop, Landon Elkins, Ben Stallard, Bryson Collins. On the floor for the Blue Devils, it'll be Bradley Dean, John Compton. Let's see, number 22, John Sally, as well as number 20, that's Jacob Hicks, and Drew Vermillion. So the starting 5 for the Blue Devils on the floor. Elkins gets the inbound pass, walks it across half court here to start the second. Finds Bishop, but he just went right through his hands, and Vermillion comes away with it. Passes to Dean. Gate City headed the other way. Dean drives in a floater. No good. Vanover comes down with it. Passes to Elkins. Warriors headed the other way now. Elkins passes to Bishop. Into Collins. That pass is broken up. Vermillion another steal. Passes to Dean. Ahead to Compton. Compton with it on the other end for the Blue Devils. Passes to Dean. He's at the top of the key. That's Vermillion, a corner three. That one's off the side of the backboard, out of bounds. We're going to say it was tipped. And so it'll remain Blue Devil balls. Elijah Hayes will come in. Jordan Bishop will head out for the Warriors. So Vermillion will be set to inbound here. Looking for a teammate. Finds Sally, back to Vermillion. That shot is up. May have been tipped. Hayes comes away with it. Fast break now for the Warriors. Hayes will bring it back out. Passes to Vanover to Elkins. Elkins will drive. Layup. Rolls off the side of the rim, up and in. So a good layup there by Landon Elkins makes it 14-12. Still a 2-point Gate City lead. Compton with it. Hands off to Dean. Dean will drive and then come back out. Drives again. Jumped into Bryson Collins, and I believe you're going to get Collins on the foul. Be Landon Elkins on the foul. That'll be Elkins' first, team fourth for the Warriors as number 14. That's David George will come in as Hicks will head out for Gate City. Dean set the inbound here on Sally. He goes up. No good. George gets the rebound. Out to Dean. A corner three. That one's no good as well. Hayes comes down with the rebound. Central headed the other way. Hayes stops at the top of the key. Passes to Elkins. Elkins pass to Vanover. Back to Hayes in the left corner. Drives baseline. And Stallard, a three. It's good. That's 3 3-pointers for Ben Stallard. Second of the game for him so far. Gives the Warriors a 1-point lead, 15-14. On the other end, it's Compton with it for the Blue Devils. Passes to Vermillion. Corner now. Sally with it. He'll drive baseline. Stops. Passes back out to Compton. Compton will drive in. Layup. Won't matter because they're going to call a charge on Compton as he ran right into Bryson Collins. Collins took contact. Be a turnover. Warriors ball. So the Warriors up by 1 here as they will regain possession. And Collins will be set to inbound here. Bounces it into Hayes. He'll walk it down the floor for the Warriors. Crosses half court. Passes out to Ben Stallard. Tried to find Hayes on an outlet pass there. Couldn't get it. Compton with the steal on the other end is tipped out of bounds, but it will remain Gate City ball. Substitution here. DeAndre Mack comes in. Vermillion sits down for the Blue Devils. As well as looks like number 11, Hensley, will come in, as well as Matthew Ghost. So a pretty big set of substitutions here for the Blue Devils. Hensley, pass to Ghost, cross-court pass to Compton. That's a three. That one's no good. Elkins comes away with it. Fast break ahead to Vanover. Pass was a little long, had to save it. To it, right to number 14, that was George, and on the other end, Mack puts up a layup. That one won't go. Collins comes down with the board. Passes to Elkins, ahead to Vanover. Vanover stops, passes back to Elkins. Elkins will head left. Pass to Collins, broken up and stolen by Compton. And now they're going to call an and one there, so that was number 11. Hensley went up, got the layup to fall, and he'll get to head to the line for one more. I think they're going to get Elijah Hayes on that foul. Be his second. Team's fifth. So that makes it 16-15, Gate City lead. As Dean and Vermillion come back in for Gate City. That'll be number 11, Andrew Hensley, at the line. Shot is up. No good. Ben Stallard comes down with it. Hands off the Landon Elkins. Warriors head the other way. Pass ahead to Hayes. Hayes stops. Into Collins. Collins puts up a shot. That's good. A baby hook from the left block. Bryson Collins gives the Warriors a 1-point lead, 17-16. Dean on the other end. Pass to the corner to Hensley. He drives baseline. Hands off. That's number 14, George. Couldn't get it to fall. Hayes on the other end with it now for the Warriors. Stripped away by Dean. And given right back to Dean. He's on the other end. Fast break. Layup is up and good. A 1-point lead for the Blue Devils now, 18-17. Just under 4.5 left to play here in the second. Landon Elkins will walk it down the floor for Central here. Crosses half court. Heads right. Passes to Hayes. A mid-range shot. Off the glass, around the rim and in. So a good shot from Hayes makes it 19-18. Warriors retake the lead. Both teams swapping a 1-point lead. Dean with it. He's to the right. Passes to Compton, then Vermillion. A deep three from Vermillion is short. Collins almost had it. Elkins comes away with it instead. And Landon Elkins will bring it across half court for the Warriors. Elkins passes to Hayes. Another mid-range shot. A fake and pass into Stallard. He was wide open. Makes it 21-18 as Stallard gets it to fall. That'll be 11 points for Ben Stallard. Ben Stallard putting on a clinic here with 11 points. Again, 21-18. Dean on the other end with it for the Gate City Blue Devils. His floater's up and in. 21-20 the score now. And a timeout is called. So an exciting second quarter here as Central has took the lead. The Gate City not going away here.
Yeah, pretty good start here in the second period. Look a little rough there at one point. Central, few sloppy turnovers. Jordan Bishop let the ball go through his hands to start the period and turned it over the next possession. A little bit sloppy at times, but a good job by the Warriors. Now being stout, really coming on strong. He's hit 3 threes so far in the contest. Made that easy layup there on that last possession. He leads the Warriors right now with 11 points. On the other end, it's Bradley Dean and more Bradley Dean. I just commented to one of the parents in face. I wish I'd have played under a coach at a time where I could have the free reign to shoot. Bradley Dean pretty much has that. If he sees the rim, he's allowed to shoot it. And from what I've seen, if I was coaching him, I'd be giving him the same free reign as he's got because he's got a good shot and a good touch. He's taking some from out near the volleyball line. Some of those are falling, some of them haven't. But he's going to keep shooting it. The Warriors got to keep playing defense on him. Looks like Gate City continues to run him off some screens. So far, the Warriors doing a pretty good job keeping him in check with a 1-point lead with 3:24 left in the half.
Well, to be Warrior ball here. Collins inbounds to Elkins. Vanover, Stallard, and Bishop. The other three on the floor for Central. Elkins crosses half court. Passes to Vanover, the left wing. We'll head back towards the top of the key. Drives in, kicks out. Jordan Bishop, a corner three. That one's no good. Rebound by Sally to Compton, and Gate City's coming the other way. Ahead to Dean. Dean pulls from the elbow. That one's good. 22-21 the score now. Gate City with a 1-point lead. Elkins again crosses half court for the Warriors. Heads right. Into Collins on the block. A turn. A shot. No good from Collins. Dean comes down with it. Pass ahead to Compton. Compton with a hesitation move and drives right back to Dean. A deep three. And that one's good, folks. That one is good. At least 5 feet behind the three-point line. That one falls, makes it 25-21 as Elkins is with it on the other end for Central. Pass to Stallard. Stallard pass to Collins. Collins is at the top of the key. Finds Vanover. Bullet pass into Elkins. Couldn't corral it out of bounds. Gate City ball. And Lester, Damon Lester will come in. Tyler Vanover will head out for the Warriors. Compton with it for the Blue Devils. 2:05 left here in the half. Compton heads to his right. Finds Sally. He finds Mack. Mack will drive. Pass back out to Sally. He'll drive baseline. Pass to Mack. Ends up in the hands of Compton. That's a three. That one falls. 28-21 as the threes begin to rain here in Gate City. That three from John Compton. Elkins with it on the other end for the Warriors. Lester with it now. Lester bounce pass to Collins. Collins pass to Bishop. Back to Elkins, top of the key. To Stallard. A corner three from Bishop. No good. And now Dean headed the other way for Gate City. He'll drive. Stops. Pass to Compton. Hands right back to Dean. Dean, wild layup. They're going to say it was all ball from Bishop. And a bad pass out of bounds. Warrior ball. So the Warriors had a chance to run a fast break there. Couldn't quite get it going. And it's a turnover. So Mack set the inbound, passes to Compton. Compton passes ahead to Sally. Right on the other end now, Lester with it. Has to pick up his dribble, passes to Elkins. Elkins drives, pass to Bishop. He drives baseline, out of bounds, and still be Warriors ball. Trey Mullins will come into the game for the Warriors here. Bryson Collins will head out. And it looks like Trey Mullins will be set to inbound here. Inbound to Elkins in the left corner.
Elkins needs to find an open man to Mullins. Tried to pass it back to Elkins, loses possession. Bean with it now. Pass break. Drives. Layup is up and in. 32-21 the score as the buzzer sounds. So that'll take us to halftime. This crowd getting loud. And so as we head into halftime, the Gate City Blue Devils have opened up an 11-point lead, 32-21.
Yeah, real unfortunate right there for the Warriors at the timeout. They were actually up 21-20. Gate City went on a 12-0 run right there to conclude the quarter, and will take that 11-point lead into the half. Sloppy play right there by the Warriors in the latter parts of the half. Some bad turnovers, some really unforced turnovers. Led to some easy points on Gate City's end, and then that layup right there at the buzzer will stretch it out to a double-digit lead. Gate City takes a 32-21 lead going into the half. We'll step aside here for just a second from Gate City Middle School. We'll try to get you some stats when we come back. Again, it's Gate City 32, Central Warriors 21.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We got just under 3 minutes here before the second half gets underway. We're at Gate City Middle School, varsity action here, the boys' game. Gate City Blue Devils are currently up on the Central Warriors 32-21. I'm Austin here with Chris Wilson. I believe we have some halftime stats.
Yeah, Austin, as you said, it's Gate City 32, Central 21. It's actually Bradley Dean 22, Central Warriors 21. Bradley Dean with 22 points in the first half to lead all scores. Just to recap Gate City real quick, Dean with 22, John Compton has 5, Andrew Hensley with 2, Drew Vermillion with 3, and that is all the scoring for the Blue Devils. And Dean with 22, Compton with 5, Vermillion with 3, and Hensley with 2. On the Central Warriors side, it's Ben Stowler leading the way with 11 points, 9 of those coming from behind the arc as he's hit 3 threes here in the first half for 11 points. Elijah Hayes has 4, Landon Elkins has 2, and Bryson Collins has 4. So for both teams, only 4 scorers on each team. For the Warriors, Ben Stowler with 11, Elijah Hayes 4, Bryson Collins 4, and Landon Elkins with 2. Again, Dean and Stowler leading the way for their respective teams. Dean with 22, Ben Stowler with 11. Got about 1:35 left here in the halftime. Pretty exciting first half, Austin, and the Warriors at one point had that 1-point lead, and Gate City went on a 12-0 run to conclude the half. The Warriors going to have to kind of dig deep and figure out a way to stop Bradley Dean, I believe, here in the second half.
Well, he's definitely a hard player to stop, and you know, if you're the Warriors, I think you just got to try something to try to slow him down because he's looking a lot like Zach Irvin. Just everything's falling and just driving right through your defense. So, yeah, if I'm Coach McCamus, I'm going to try something different to try to stop him.
Yeah, of his 22 points, 6 of those have come from behind the arc. One thing the Warriors have had a tough time doing here in the first half is keeping him in front of him. I think they're so concerned with the three-point shot that he's driving by them, and then as the Warriors try to scramble and stop him, he's just pulling up and knocking down some easy mid-range jump shots. And, again, it's put the Warriors behind the 8 ball here as they trail by 11. As we have about 30 seconds left here in the half. The Warriors are going to find some way to adjust, and, as we said, stop Bradley Dean as he leads all scorers with 22, and Ben Stowler for the Warriors with 11. The Central Warriors are going to have to come up with some type of a game plan to take better care of the basketball. Turnovers, a little bit of a problem there in the second period, again, early and late. Warriors had a good little run there in the middle part of the quarter, but early in the quarter it was turnovers, late in the quarter it was turnovers. And those ones late in the quarter really cost the Warriors. As I said, Gate City on that 12-0 run to conclude the half. Took an 11-point lead into the halftime, and that's where we will start. As there's the horn, it signals the end of halftime. So we have 16 minutes left here at Gate City Middle School. The Warriors trail by 11. A little bit of a different unit to begin the half for the Warriors. Looks like it's Bryson Collins, Ben Stowler, Elijah Hayes, Tyler Vanover, and Damon Lester who start for the Warriors. For Gate City, we've got Dean, Compton, Vermillion, George, and Sally. So George and Lester both starting for their respective teams here in the second half. They did not start the ball game for their team. It's Gate City basketball as the ball is inbounded to Compton. He's being guarded man-to-man by Tyler Vanover. Compton dribbles over to his right. Bryson Collins slides over to help. Compton dribbles it back up, hands it off to Dean. Dean penetrates in. Good job by the Warriors stopping him from penetrating too far and getting a shot off. Compton now with it, drives into the lane, kicks it out to Vermillion. It's turned over. Lester with the steal. Elijah Hayes dribbles in, loses control of the basketball, has to pick it up. It's trapped in the corner. His pass is intercepted by Compton. Compton comes back the other way. His layup is no good. Sally following it up with the rebound. We have a tie-up possession. Ball will go back to the Warriors. Good job by Damon Lester right there to get his hands in. Tie up Sally to create the jump ball situation. So far we're 36 seconds in. A little bit sloppy on both teams. Some missed shots, some turnovers. But nothing hurt so far with the Warriors who still trail by 11. Elijah Hayes has it. He crosses the half-court line being guarded by Dean. Lester with it, hands it back off to Hayes. Bryson Collins tries to set a screen. Not very effective. Ball goes inside to Tyler Vanover in the post. His turnaround shot is no good. John Sally comes away with it. Ball goes back to Gate City. Dean now with it up the left-hand sideline, being guarded by Damon Lester. Dean slows it down, surveys what the defense is doing, waits on the screen from Sally. He drives into his left. Elijah Hayes tries to help out. Dean shoots an air ball, but it's rebounded by Drew Vermillion.
Ball goes back into Dean, who slams it off the legs of Damon Lester. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lester. Ball will stay with the Blue Devils. We are 1:14 into the second half. Neither team has scored. Gate City with the basketball underneath their own basket. It's Dean with it. He throws it into Compton, who dribbles it back out. Compton being guarded by Tyler Vanover. He skips it out to Vermillion out near the volleyball line in front of the Gate City bench. Vermillion dribbles it around, finally kicks it back up to Compton out past the volleyball line, who finds Dean. Dean being guarded by Lester. Dean dribbles it back out, now penetrates into his left, spins back to the right. Jump pass over to Compton in the corner. He drops it off to George. George dribbles it back out, and Gate City will reset. Vermillion now with it at the volleyball line, being guarded by Elijah Hayes. He finds Compton on the other side, dribbles it over, hands it off to Dean. Dean pulls the long three. It's good. Gate City now leads 35-21. That one again, a good 5-6 feet beyond the arc. Tyler Vanover has it. He turns it over. Ben Stowler with the hustle play. Looks like we're going to have a foul going to be called on Gate City. The foul is going to be called on number 1. That's going to be on Dean. It'll be his, I believe, first personal foul, team first. Referees huddle up just to confirm. Still waiting for the official call. There it is. Foul is going to be on number 1, Bradley Dean. Gate City's first personal foul. It was a loose ball foul. Ben Stowler was hustling for it. Looked like Dean kind of a little bit of a push in from behind. Just called for the foul. I think Central Warriors fans wanted an intentional foul. They don't get it. Gate City fans wanted this to be a loose ball situation. They don't agree. Nonetheless, it's Central Warriors basketball down by 14. Damon Lester with it over on the right wing. He finds Bryson Collins at the free throw line, who skips it back out quickly to Ben Stowler. Ben Stowler drops it back off to Bryson Collins. His layup is strong and no good. Rebounded by Ben Stowler is blocked. Tyler Vanover comes away with the loose ball. Ben Stowler skips it up to Elijah Hayes, who drives into his left. His layup attempt is no good, but we have a whistle and a foul. It's going to be called on the floor before the shot. Foul is going to be called on number 11, Andrew Hensley. Over the Blue Devils' second team foul. Hensley's second personal. Warriors basketball. Tyler Vanover with it. He tries to hit Elijah Hayes. It's deflected. Chasing it down is Damon Lester. He finds Elijah Hayes, skips it over to Vanover. He takes a three. It's off to the left. No good. Rebounded by Hensley. He finds Vermillion, who skips it up to Compton. Gate City basketball, 5:15 left. Central Warriors still looking for the first points here in the second half. Ball in the corner to Vermillion, who skips it back up to Compton. Warriors sagging off some of these other Gate City players. Damon Lester covering Dean out half court. Both players are sort of standing around. Finally, Dean gets it on a handoff. He penetrates into the lane. We're going to have a hand check foul on Tyler Vanover. Call will be made on the floor. It'll be Vanover. It'll be a foul on Vanover, the Warriors' first team foul here in the second half. It'll be Vanover's first personal foul. 4:56 here in the third quarter. Gate City leads 35-21. Gate City on a 15-0 run dating back to the first period or first half. Inbounds play skips away. Ball was in to George. He trails it down, gets it off to Dean. Dean now being guarded by Landon Elkins. Dean dribbling it around past the volleyball line. Not looking to do a whole lot with it. Landon Elkins sagging off, just waiting for Dean to make a move. Dean does a few shimmies. Elkins stays in front. Dean finally penetrates in, shoots the shot from the free throw line. It's no good. Rebounded by Elijah Hayes, deflected out of bounds by Gate City. Ball will stay with the Warriors. It feels like it's been at least 5 minutes since the Central Warriors last put a point up on the scoreboard. Landon Elkins now with it. He dribbles it up slowly to the half-court line. Jordan Bishop has checked in for the Warriors. Hayes with it, trying to find somebody to hand it off to. Cannot, so he'll dribble it out near the top of the key. He's being guarded by Bradley Dean. Ball goes over to Jordan Bishop on the right-hand side. He finds Ben Stowler back on the left-hand side. He hits Elijah Hayes in the post. He skips it back out to Bishop at the top of the key. His three-point attempt hits the rim, no good. Rebounded by Dean, and Dean pushes it up ahead. He penetrates in. Jordan Bishop slows him down with the help of Landon Elkins. He skips it over to DeAndre Mack. Mack skips it into the corner. Corner three from Gate City is no good. Shot was made by number 11, Andrew Hensley. Central Warriors with the basketball in the hands of Tyler Vanover. Vanover skips it back up to Elkins. He dribbles it to the top of the key, picks up his dribble, throws it back to Tyler Vanover.
Vanover skips it over to Hayes, who penetrates into the lane with his left. His shot is up, no good. Not a very good shot by Hayes right there. Looked like he forced it. Rebound to Dean. Passes it up to Compton. Compton penetrates into the lane. Kicks it out to the corner. Mack has it. He skips it back over to Hensley, who penetrates in. He finds George, who skips it back to Mack. His layup attempt is no good. Elijah Hayes may have gotten a piece of that one. And back come the Warriors. We're past the halfway point in the period. Warriors still looking to score. Ben Stallard's three comes up short. Rebounded by Gate City. Back comes Compton with it. 5 minutes into the second half. Central Warriors still held scoreless. It's 3-0 here in the second half. Dean now with it. He penetrates into the lane. He pulls up. His floater's good. It's now 37-21 Gate City. Coach McAmis sees all he wants to see. He's going to call a full timeout as the Central Warriors, who were once up 21-20, now trail by 16, 37-21. Austin, what are you seeing?
Well, like you said, it's just there's only been 5 points scored so far here in this second half, so it's not, it's not like Gate City's just making every shot they put up, but Central cannot get anything going on offense. The Gate City defense is really, really intensified, and all their passes seem like they're about getting tipped, and it's just been hard for the Warriors to get anything going offensively, and then even though Gate City has only put in 5 points, it just seems like their offense is running a lot better and a lot smoother, and it's just hard right now for the Warriors. Can't seem to get anything going on offense.
Yeah, as you said, only 5 points so far in the period for Gate City, but if you throw that in with those 12 points to end the first half at the 17-0 run, again, the Warriors are up by 1, 21-20. Not exactly sure how much time was left in the first half. It's done about a minute and a half or so to go. So we're going on now, pushing close to 8 minutes since the last time that the Central Warriors were able to dent the scoreboard and put up anything in the terms of scoring, whether it be from the field or from the free throw line. Timeout is over. Central has the ball. 2:45 left here in the third period, trailing 37-21. Landon Elkins has it, being guarded by DeAndre Mack. He tries to throw it to the wing. Mack gets a hand on it. It's deflected. Last touch by Landon Elkins. Ball will go back to the Gate City Blue Devils. And out there pretty much, exemplifies what's been going on here in the last 8 minutes of ball game action. Central Warriors just not able to get anything going. They couldn't even make a pass into the offense. Mack deflects it. It goes off of Landon Elkins. Ball goes back to Gate City, who now lead by 16. Gate City inbounds it into Dean out near the volleyball line in front of the Gate City bench. He skips it over to Mack as the Warriors have now gone to a zone defense. Drew Vermillion now has it, dribbles it back out, finds Dean out at the volleyball line. He skips it back over to Vermillion. Vermillion waits for a screen, kicks it back up to the top. Now in the hands number 2, Luke Reed. Vermillion has it, trying to find someone to throw it to, finally does in the hands of Sally. Sally kicks it back up to Dean, who penetrates in. His shot is up and no good, and we're going to have a blocking call on Bryson Collins. I believe it's going to be called after the shot attempt that will send Dean to the free throw line as he'll look to extend the Gate City Blue Devils lead. Just not a whole lot going right now for the Central Warriors, getting trailing 37-21. And now you're seeing Gate City's leading scorer, the best scorer at least in the night, to the free throw line in Bradley Dean. And Dean had 22 points in the first period. His first free throw is up and good. Got some substitutions coming on now for the Blue Devils. That's number 10, John Compton, checking back in, and number 14, David George. Dean receives the ball from the official, eyes the rim, takes a couple of dribbles. His shot is up and good, doesn't touch nothing but net. And the Warriors now lead by 18, and we have a whistle after the free throw. Did not quite catch what happened. Gate City fans are cheering. Wait to see what the call is right here. We've got a foul going to be called on number 44, Bryson Collins. Didn't exactly see what happened. Again, Dean's free throw hit nothing but net, and something happened right after that. They got Bryson Collins his third personal foul. So matters are getting worse now for the Warriors as Gate City will retain possession. Compton has it out near the volleyball line. Warriors down in an extended 2-3 zone. Brody Allison is now checked in for the Warriors. Ball now in the hands of Dean. Goes over to Vermillion. Attempted pass into the corner will be deflected out of bounds by Jordan Bishop. Ball stays with the Gate City Blue Devils, who lead 39-21. We're now down to 1:54 left here in the third period, and the Central Warriors have still yet to score. Dean skips over to Compton in the corner, who goes back to Dean. Dean's layup attempt is blocked, but we're going to have a foul. It's going to be called number 44, Bryson Collins. That's going to be his 4th personal foul. It's going to be the Warriors' 4th. And even worse than that is it's going to send Bradley Dean back to the free throw line as he looks to extend the Gate City lead now. If he makes both of these, the Blue Devils will be up by 20. Dean gets the basketball, takes a deep breath, eyes the rim, shoots it, nothing but net. 40-21 Blue Devils. Tyler Vanover now checking back into the game for Bryson Collins. Both teams get some instructions from their coaches. Dean gets the basketball from the official. Takes a deep breath, eyes the rim, takes a couple dribbles, shots up, nothing but net. Gate City 41, Central 21. Landon Elkins has it. He dribbles it up, crosses the half-court line. We're down to 1:35 left in the third. Elkins drives in. Good pass to Jordan Bishop. Jordan Bishop makes the layup off the good assist from Landon Elkins. And with 1:34 left in the third period, the Warriors finally score here in the period on a Jordan Bishop layup. He was fouled and will go to the line. The foul was called on number 2, Luke Reed. It'll be his first, the Blue Devils' third. Bishop's free throw is good, 41-24 Blue Devils. Warriors now pick up in a full-court press. Dean has it, crosses the half-court line, and we have a blocking foul on Tyler Vanover. Coach McCain looking for the push-off. He won't get it. Instead, it'll be a foul on Tyler Vanover, his second, the Warriors' 5th. Down to 1:20 left here in the period. Dean has it, drives in to his left. Looked like he moved and walked his feet there, but no call was made. Ball now in the hands of Compton. Kicks to Vermillion, back to Dean. Dean penetrates in again. Splits about 3 different Warriors. This shot was not very good. Hits the side of the backboard. The Warriors come away with the rebound. Elijah Hayes pushes it up ahead. He kicks it to Tyler Vanover in the corner, who skips over to Elkins. Elkins penetrates, skips it to Allison in the corner. His 3 is short, no good. Rebounded by Dean. 57 seconds left in the third period. Dean now has it. He dribbles it up slowly as Gate City looks to set up an offense. He finds Compton over on the right-hand side. He throws it back to Dean. Dean over to Vermillion. Skips it into the corner to Reed. Reed goes back to Vermillion, who goes back to Dean. We're down to 38 seconds left in the third. Compton with it. Over to Vermillion. Back up to Compton as the Blue Devils look to stall. His pass is intercepted by Elijah Hayes. Elijah Hayes goes in, makes the layup. That cuts the deficit down to 15 with 25 seconds to go. Dean now has it. He crosses the half-court line. Takes on a couple of Warriors defenders. He drives in baseline, shoots the layup. Too easy for Dean. And he beats about 3 different Warriors defenders. Goes in and shoots the layup to give the Blue Devils a 17-point lead with 10 seconds left. Tyler Vanover with the spin move. He throws up a prayer. It's no good. Rebounded by Reed. And we have a whistle and a foul. It's going to be called on number 14 for Gate City. That's George. That's going to be the Gate City Blue Devils' 4th team foul with 5.4 seconds remaining here in the third period. DeAndre Mack now checks in to give Dean a breather. That foul on George will be his first personal foul. Again, the Blue Devils' 4th. Warriors down by 17 with 5 seconds left here in the period. Inbounds to Elijah Hayes. His floater's up and good. That cuts the lead down to 15, down to 1 second. There's a last-second heave by Reed. It comes up short. So the Warriors finally get a little bit going there in the latter minute and a half of the third period. But the deficit extends. It was 11 going into the half. As we conclude the third period, the Central Warriors are going to be down by 15. Gate City Blue Devils 43, Austin Central Warriors 28.
Well, you know, like you mentioned, the Warriors had a little bit of a momentum swing there at the end of the quarter. Got a few shots to fall, which compared to the rest of the quarter, I mean, that's night and day. You know, like you said, I think with maybe just 2 minutes remaining, they finally got a shot to fall there in the second half. You know, it's just Bradley Dean, you know, he picked up right where Zach Irvin left off, you know, not letting up. And he's been unstoppable tonight, that's for sure. And if you're the Warriors, you just got to limit them the best you can and try to play your game, you know, not focus on the scoreboard, just try to play each possession and see where it gets you. So once again, the Warriors are currently down 43-28. On the floor here to start this final period for them, it'll be Landon Elkins, Ben Stallard, Jordan Bishop, Elijah Hayes, Damai Lester. Let's go on the court for Gate City. It looks like they got Compton, Compton, Dean, Vermillion, Sally, and Mack. Compton passes to Sally, cross-court pass to Vermillion, then to Dean, back to Compton. Compton with it, passes to Sally at the elbow, back to Compton. He'll drive, then pulls a three. Steps up to the line, pulled and sank it. So that makes it 46-28 as Lester's with it on the other end for the Warriors. Elkins with it now. He'll drive, and a blocking foul on Vermillion as Elkins drove in. So that'll be the 5th team foul for Gate City. That'll be the first on Vermillion. So the Warriors will retain possession. Bishop ready to inbound now. Lob pass into Hayes. Hayes puts it in. Nice little score there by Hayes. Makes it 46-30. Compton with it for the Blue Devils now. It's across half court. Drives in the lane. Layup up. No good. Bishop rebound. Almost stolen there by Compton. They're going to call a foul on the floor. I believe they'll get Compton on that one. So that's Compton's second, team 6th. Warriors will keep the ball.
I'm out.
And so it looks like Gate City is going to call a timeout here. We got 7:14 left to play here in the ball game. Gate City's currently up by 16, 46-30, as Gate City calls a timeout here.
Well, still plenty of basketball left here, Austin. And down 16, we're just going to find some ways to get the ball in the basket. It sounds easy, I guess, when you win about 8 minutes and you didn't score. But right now, the goal for Coach McCamus and his bunches has to be to find a way, if possible, to get this lead back down to single digits. They trail by 16 right now. They've got the basketball, score here, find some stops, just get it down to single digits, and then play it from there. Again, it's going to be a tall order to do so, but again, that's got to be the first challenge right there, first goal, get it back to single digits.
Central with it as Hayes inbounded to Vanover. He gave it right back to Hayes. Hayes heads right, pass to Stallard right corner. Stallard will drive left, out to Lester. Lester finds Bishop inside. That shot no good. Lester comes away with the rebound, poked away, stolen by Dean. Gate City on a fast break. Dean is up, and that layup in. 48-30 the score now, as Hayes will bring it across half court for Central. Hayes drives in. And an aggressive move from Hayes. And they're going to get him for a charge. He definitely hopped right in there and lowered his shoulder on Dean. So whether you like it or not, that was the right call there. So turnover, Blue Devils ball. Dean set the inbound, finds Compton. Compton with it. Trying to get across half court. He does. Passes out to Dean. Dean heads left and cuts back. Lester guarding him closely. Passes to Compton. Compton passes to Vermillion. Vermillion heads left. Poked loose. Almost stolen, but Vermillion comes away with it and puts in the layup. Makes it 50-30, a 20-point lead here for Gate City. So Hayes with it for Central, crosses half court. Pass out to Vanover. Takes the corner three. It's short. They're going to call a foul on the floor. We'll see who they get on that one. It'll be Damon Lester. So it'll be the 7th team foul on Central. Lester's first. And that'll put Gate City in the bonus. And so number 11, and that is, let's see here, I lost my roster. Number 11, that is Hensley. He'll head to the line for a 1-and-1. Some substitutions here. Collins comes in. Elkins comes in. Looks like they're going to call a lane violation, so the Warriors will gain possession. Just under 6 minutes left here in the game as Elkins crosses half court, passes to Hayes. Hayes hands to Collins. He passes to Vanover. Vanover passes to Elkins, then to Collins.
Collins turns, puts up a shot, it rolls in. So 50-32 the score now. Pass ahead to Vermillion. He'll drive. And I think they're going to say as a double dribble, maybe a carry. Couldn't quite see the referee there. Nevertheless, it's a turnover. The Warriors will have the ball. Elkins receives the inbound pass. Comes across half court. Pass out to Hayes on the left wing. Pass to Collins. Finds Vanover. To Elkins, top of the key. To Hayes. Hayes will drive. Pass to Crossing Collins. That mid-range shot, no good. Vanover comes down with the rebound. Lots back up. It was stripped. Compton with it for Gate City. Fast break. Pass to Vermillion. And they're going to call a charge on Vermillion. So Elkins stepped in, took the contact. Be a turnover, Warrior ball. 5 minutes on the dot left to play here. As Stallard inbounds to Elkins. And so Elkins crosses half court. Heads right. Finds Elijah Hayes. He backs in. Shot no good. Stallard. And they're going to say Ben Stallard traveled as he was trying to go up. So a turnover there. Gate City will gain possession. Looks like George will come in as Sally will take a seat for Gate City. Inbound pass to Hensley, back to Compton. Compton gets across half court. Heads right. Pass to Dean. Almost lost his dribble. Keeps a hold of it. Dean guarded by Elkins. Heads right, drives in. Pass to George, and that one's in. So an easy basket there for Gate City. Gives them a 20-point lead, 52-32. Pass ahead to Vanover on the other end for the Warriors. His floater shot is good. 52-34 the score now. Pass ahead to George there from Dean. George just holding the ball. Looks like a statue, just standing there, no movements whatsoever. Finally puts the ball on the floor, then passes to Vermillion, then to Hensley. Pass back to Vermillion, tipped out of bounds by Hayes. It'll still be Gate City ball. And a timeout for Gate City here. 3:50 left to play here in this ball game. Gate City up 52-34. Not really sure why Gate City would need a timeout at this point in the game, but they decided to call it.
I don't think Coach Vermillion kind of liked what he saw right there in that last little bit of a possession. Again, we're still up by 18. Play a meaningless timeout right there. But got a little careless with the basketball right there in that last possession. Kind of had some guys up here handling the basketball. But I don't think he wanted with the ball in their hands. And George had it. He's a post player. Coach McCamus was screaming for Bryson Collins to come up, pick him up, put a little bit more pressure on him, hoping that the rest of his defenders could maybe deny the other wings and maybe get a steal. And almost came away with it. He tried to pass it out. Ball was deflected by Elijah Hayes, but deflected out of bounds. So Gate City will get the ball back after this timeout. The Warriors need some stops and some quick points, getting down by 18 with 3 minutes and 50 seconds left. Here's Austin.
It'll be Gate City ball. Looks like Hensley will be set to inbound here. Again, 3:50 left in the final quarter of play as Dean gets the inbound pass. Tipped loose by Hayes. Elkins comes away with it. Passes back ahead to Hayes on the other end. That floater's up, rattles around, and is good. Makes it 52-36. Gate City, of course, still at the lead. Dean with it, crosses half court. Tipped loose by Hayes, and it's going to go out of bounds, and they're going to say it was off Hayes. So Gate City keeps the ball. Dean looking inbound here, finds Compton. Compton crosses half court. Hands off to Dean. Dean will head left, stops, step back three, and it's good. 55-36 the score after that three from Dean. Hayes with it on the other end. Pass into Stallard. Stallard's shot, no good. Rebound by Hensley. Passes to Dean. Under 3 minutes left here. as Dean walks it slowly, ever so slowly up the court. Takes off, drives into the lane, pass to George. Another easy basket, 57-36 the score. Gate City leads. Elkins with it for the Warriors here, crosses half court, heads left, finds Vanover, a corner three. That shot's no good. Vermillion with the rebound. Passes ahead to Compton, to Dean, and Dean will cross half court. Dean drives in. Layup, no good. Going to call a blocking foul on Ben Stallard, so he'll get 2 at the line with 2:22 left on the clock. So it'll be Ben Stallard's first, the team's 8th foul for the Warriors here in the second half as Dean will step to the line for 2. First one is up and falls. 58-36 the score now as Lance Colley, Brody Allison, Trey Mullins come in for the Warriors. Tyler Vanover, Landon Elkins, Ben Stallard take a seat. Also some new faces on the floor here at Gate City. Looks like number 4, that's going to be Starnes, as well as number 20, that's Hicks. And Reed will come onto the floor as Dean gets a standing ovation as he heads to the bench for the final time here. Hayes with it for Central. Passes to Allison. Finds Colley. Colley heads right, then passes off to Lester. Lester a spin move back to Colley. Colley hands off to Hayes. Out to Allison, a corner three. That one's no good. Colley rebound. Lester with it now. Back to Lance Colley. To Brody Allison, top of the key. To Hayes. Hayes will drive in. It's poked away, but then he retains possession. Pass out to Colley. Colley's pass broken up, eventually stolen by Hensley. A pass ahead to Hicks. Off the glass, no good. And they're going to call a charge on Hicks. And so Central will gain possession. Minute 32 left here in the game. And it looks like number 32, Charlie Quinn, will come in for the Gate City Blue Devils. Hayes with it. He'll bring it across half court. Hayes, mid-range shot, no good. Quinn rebound. Pass to Starnes. Pass ahead to Hicks. That pass broken up, stolen by Lester. Lester crosses half court, poked away, stolen by Reed. Fast break now. Hands to Quinn. And Hayes eventually comes away with it, and the Warriors are headed the other way under a minute now. That pass broken up and stolen. It's Hicks with it in the open floor. That one's up and in. Another basket for Gate City makes it 61-36, and Hayes will walk it down the floor for the Warriors. 38 seconds left here in the contest. Hayes passes to Lester. To Allison. 25 seconds left as Colley receives the pass. To Hayes. Looks like there's a foul. And I believe they're going to call that one on. Number 20. A little back and forth here between both fan bases. All in the spirit of competition. So Hayes is set to inbound here for the Warriors. 22.5 seconds left. Inbound to Allison. He takes the three. That one's no good. Rebound by Starnes. A long pass ahead to Reed. Reed will pull a three. That one's no good. Trey Mullins comes away with the rebound. Pass ahead to Lester. 5 seconds left here in this game. Lester on the other end. Layup. No good. So after 4 quarters of play, Gate City Blue Devils come away with a, let's face it, rather commanding lead. 61-36, the final score here from Gate City Middle School. Chris, your thoughts on the game?
Well, Austin, that game really took a turn there in about the final 2 minutes of the second period. Again, Central Warriors were up 21-20. We made reference to it several times. From that point on, it was all Gate City. All Gate City and a lot of Gate City. They went on to close that from the final 2 minutes on. Basically, the final 18 minutes of that game, Gate City closed it on a 41-15 stretch. So the Central Warriors were only able to score 15 points in about the final 18 minutes or so of that game, only scoring 15 points in the second half. But that whole game swung there, as I said, with about 2 minutes left there in the second period. When Central was up 21-20, Gate City closed the half on a 12-0 run, and that run carried over into the second half. And again, when the news broke there before the game that Zach Irvin wasn't going to play, you kind of felt like maybe Central had a shot. But, I guess for the last 2 years, a lot of people say Gate City's nothing more than a two-horse show, two-trick, whatever you want to call it. They had two horses, but those two horses have always been good. One of those guys now playing at Georgetown. Again, Irvin, we saw him earlier in the year. We knew he was good, and Dean's been having a great year. Irvin on the sideline, but Dean picked up a lot of that slack. I don't know how many. I know he had 33 points going into the fourth quarter. I'm sure he tacked on a little bit onto that total. I'm sure he probably got close to 40 before the game was all said and done. We probably don't have enough time to check the stats, but from that, like I said, from about 2 minutes on in the second period, it was all Gate City. Central just did not have an answer for Dean, did not have a way to stop him, did not have a way to stop the Gate City offense, and Central just could not put the ball in the basket from that point on. Some sloppy turnovers here and there, but it was just a dominating performance by Bradley Dean and Gate City.
Well, like you said, and of course I don't know what's running through the players' minds, but when it was announced that Irving was going to be out, I mean, Dean stepped right in. You really couldn't tell the difference as far as numbers. Dean had a heck of a game here this evening. If you're the Warriors, you just got to take this one and move on. I think they got John Battle Friday, their homecoming game, so you'll be back at Central, and just try to put in a good performance there. I've said it before, Gate City is still the defending state champions, and it shows here that people said that once McClung moved on, they wouldn't be as good. They're still as good. Irving gets hurt, and they still put on a dominating performance. So, they're state champions for a reason.
And like you said, they're state champions for a reason. Irvin gets hurt, Dean steps in. Irvin's a senior. You hate to see that for a senior to get hurt. Bradley Dean's just a junior. So, everybody said when McClung left, this team wasn't going to be as strong. But it looks like they're picking right back up with where they left off when he graduated. And again, Dean will be back again for another year. So Central Warriors will have to figure out a way to solve him. Not only hopefully in the conference tournament, these two teams might see each other again, but they'll have to deal with him again going into the next basketball season as well. He's a heck of a ball player. Central going to have to figure out a way to try to slow him down, like I said, the rest of this season and going into next year.
Well, I get the feeling that Coach McCamus won't be having anybody come up for an interview here. And so I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. Again, final score here from Gate City, 61-36. Gate City comes away with the win. From Austin Erie, Chris Wilson has been with me throughout the game. And we'll see you Friday at Central.